happy now.
Yeah, he is. And the idea, the concept of this offensive philosophy is get a 15-yard gain, Gary, without a 15-yard pass.
So the Broncos with their first snap of the ball game. Derek Russell will go in motion for Denver. Pitch to Rod Bernstein. Bernstein, whoa, hurdles his way into the arms of Leroy Butler and dropped at the 27-yard line. Okay, let's take a look now at the American Airlines offensive lineup. We just mentioned Bernstein. Vance Johnson, who was cut, came back and joined this team. Shannon Sharpe, of course, that's Sterling's younger brother, and what a battle they're going to have this year. We'll talk further about that. Zimmerman, Waddell, the other brother. We have a dual family reunion going on here tonight. 2nd down and 4. Elway with a lot of time. Up the field. Tony Kimbrell, who's the fastest player on this team. You haven't heard much about him. He made one catch last week out of Jackson State. A rookie could not hang on. Defensively for Green Bay, they've had some people missing. And one of those guys is Bill Moss at nose. And he will not play tonight. They've lost Brian Noble to knee surgery. And also Tony Bennett has not signed. And this secondary, they think Leroy Butler is playing at a Pro Bowl caliber. And George Teague with his first start, the rookie from Alabama. 3rd down 4. Somebody in his face that time. Elway had some pressure coming, trying to hit over the far side, the tight end Reggie Johnson. Incomplete. It brings up 4th down. And so the Broncos are 3 and outs. And Tom Ruin will come in and punt. And Terrell Buckley, an exciting returner, goes back for Green Bay. 3-0, the Packers. 9:35 to go in the first quarter. Ruin hits it high, but not especially long. They're going to let it hit. And down by Kimbrell at the 35. And here's another flag. So Kimbrell was down there quickly after a 38-yard punt. But let's sort this one out. Ruin, the former Colorado punter. One thing about punting in this area is we listen now to Larry Nimmers.
By the kicking team player number 80, who was out of bounds, returned and was the first player to touch the kick.
2nd week in a row we've seen that.
Penalty is refused. First down.
We understand that one now, don't we?
2nd week in a row.
But I started to say, when you punt in the Central Division, you better be able to punt well, because the weather doesn't look as good as it does. With the ball for the 2nd time, leading 3-0. They go to 3 wideouts, single running back in Stevens. Favre has time, and Sterling Sharpe with his 4th catch of the night. That'll be a gain of 5 just across the 40. And coming over is Tyrone Braxton to make the tackle.
Well, Brett Favre now has thrown 6 passes. All his completions have gone to Sharpe, 4 of those. And of the 6 passes, 5 of them have been directed at Sharpe. So the coaches weren't kidding when they said, hey, we're not going to kid around anymore. We're going to get the ball to Sterling Sharpe.
We don't care if they say we're right-handed. We'll just go if he's in the right-handed area. They wanted to spread it out, but they're going to their big playmakers. 2nd and 5. This time to Stevens. Stevens has got a block, and Stevens has the 1st down. All the way to the 48. That's got to be encouraging to Mike Holmgren, because they have not been able to run the football.
Yeah, the start of this game has to be encouraging to Mike Holmgren. They've run the ball there well, as you just said, Gary. They've got a big special teams play so far. Their defense forced a 3-and-out by Denver. So thus far, clearly early in the first quarter with a 3-0 lead, Mike Holmgren has to be happy with the way this game has started.
They script those plays the start of the game. It's worked so effectively, but after they've started games is where they've really fallen off. 1st down at the 48. Far at the Bennett. Hector Bennett thunders ahead for a 1st down all the way to the 39-yard line of Denver. That's an 11-yard run, and Bennett is the guy who is a kind of a tweener. He's not big enough to play fullback in some ways, maybe not elusive enough to get outside, but he's a good package, a complete player who can catch the ball very well coming out of the backfield.
And here we talked about the blitz. Watch, they're going to see a lot of the blitz. Now, the Packers come back with a little draw, which is a good call against it. Dennis Smith, the strong safety, got started a little bit late, but Brett Favre is going to see a lot of that tonight.
First down to the 40, play action fake by Favre. Favre has his man. It's Mark Clayton, and Clayton with his first catch of the night. That's a first down at the 25-yard line. The all-time leading receiver for the Miami Dolphins with that 15-yard grab.
There's a guy, 81 touchdown receptions with the Dolphins. But, again, he should get some single coverage. And that's one of the subplots tonight, Gary. Mark Clayton, this time against Dimry. Now, that's twice Dimry has slipped. Once when he was trying to block tackle Sharpe. That time Mark Clayton. But Mark Clayton should be a guy that's going to get one-on-one coverage and should break open tonight.
Okay, thus far the line's doing a good job for Favre. From the 25, first down. He gets rid of it this time to Robert Brooks, and Brooks will be dropped short of the 20-yard line. Speaking about Brett Favre, we were talking to the coaches. They've had him off of coffee. They won't let him take this energy drink that he has because he's so hyper. He's so intense. They're trying to slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, he's got the metabolism of a hummingbird. You know, he's always going a million miles a minute, and they really are trying to calm him down, to slow him down. That's been part of the problem on the blitz reads. He gets so excited. He knows what he wants to do, but the receivers aren't quite ready for the throw.
2nd and 6. Jackie Harris is tied into motion. Quick 6 to minute, and it's got a hole, and then it closes. Looks like he had first down running room, and all of a sudden it closed down because Dave Wyman closed on him. This is the guy who started last year for Seattle, replacing Michael Brooks at that inside linebacker spot.
Yeah, Charlie Waters, defensive coordinator, Denver, said at the beginning of the year they were real concerned about their inside linebackers, but Dave Wyman has come on and really played well for Michael Brooks. He plays their weak inside linebacker, which means he plays on the weak side of the formation, and so he should run and make a lot of plays on the move, just like he did there.
3rd down and 3 yards to go. Sharpe comes in motion. Favre running right into Simon Fletcher, got away from him. Breaks the tackle from Wyman. He's to the 10. The 5 dives, and they're going to mark it short of the goal line. What an effort by Brett Favre. A 17-yard scamper to the far side, and he ran into all kinds of trouble and somehow ran out of it.
Well, these are the kind of plays that got people excited about Brett Favre last year. No, number 57 in the middle of your screen is Wyman. He's blitzing. So's Mecklenburg. The 2 inside linebackers blitz. Now, he did a terrific job as Rutgers, number 75, pushed his guy out of it, and Favre just spins out of it and has pretty good speed. He may have gotten in there. That ball may have crossed.
Anyway, it's 1st and goal at the half-yard line. The Packers trying to build their 3-0 lead. Hand off to Stevens. Stevens fights in. The ball is loose, but he's been given the touchdown. It's up the point of the goal. The ball coming loose does not matter. And the Packers have gotten off to a remarkable start. 9-0.
Well, you know, they started fast against Philadelphia in week 2 and lost. They've actually lost 2 very close games, but I mean, this is something you got to keep and continue to maintain, but they've done everything well. Offensively, defensively, special teams.
And seemingly have been down at this end of the field the entire first quarter, as Denver's had it only 3 snaps. Jackie to attempt the point after. He's hit 95 in a row. He is 4 away from Paul Horning's record of 99. At the 5-10 mark, trying to make it 10-0. And Jackie has now hit 96 in a row. 10-0. The Packers, a team, as Pat mentioned, has been stunned with 2 late losses, getting off the mark effectively here. Trying to break a 3-game losing streak and stay in the race in the NFC Central. The Bronco team, the first touchdown they've given up in the first quarter this year, and Wade Phillips' team down 10-0. It'll be Glenn Milburn. Milburn will get out to the 23, and the Packers with good coverage
There may have been a fumble.
Was there a fumble on the far
They
side?
tried to grab the ball out of Milburn's arm, I know.
And they're saying it is the Packers football as Milburn disappeared on the far sideline, and coming out of there is George Teague, the rookie, with the ball. What a break for the Packers. They're going to have it at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, the special teams of Green Bay, 2 big plays. Now, rookie against rookie, Milburn against Teague. I mean, first of all, he fights. I mean, he's getting hammered by a blocker, fights through that blocker and takes it away. That's a great special teams play by Teague.
What did they say? They wanted George Teague in there to make a big play.
Yeah,
He's made one.
They've got it. They've got 2 of them now out of special teams, Gary.
Remember the Sugar Bowl against Miami? The 2 big plays he made in that? He was their second first-round draft pick. And it's going to set it up at the 22-yard line. First down, Packers. John Stevens. This time will be hit by Mike Kroll. Can't get much on that one. Maybe a yard will bring up second down.
Well, here we are with about 4:50 left in the first quarter, Gary, and Denver has only had 3 offensive plays. Now, they're down. The Broncos are down 10-0. Here's where Wade Phillips' defense once again have to make a play. I mean, at least force the field goal attempt. Because the way this team is playing, the Packers are playing right now, they are playing very confidently here at home. They're not looking like a 1-3 team.
That's right. They came in here a desperate team, losing 3 in a row. Started the year the favorites in the NFC Central. Favre with time over the middle, and Jesse Harris was bumped off the play. He did not get to the football. He was tangled up with Dennis Smith and also Tyrone Braxton, so no one close to the ball, and it's going to bring up the third down.
Now, one of the things we said was how was Brett Favre going to handle the blitz? And some of that's dependent upon the offensive line. That time, Steve Atwater, the free safety, came and blitzed. But the offensive line did a terrific job. The offensive line did a terrific job of giving Favre a chance to throw it.
Charlie Waters, of course, the outstanding player for the Dallas Cowboys. And now the defensive coordinator for Wade Phillips. Third down and virtually 10 yards to go. Bennett and Stevens in the backfield. Stevens comes in motion. Favre's got time. On target, Sterling Sharpe, and Sharpe fighting for the first down. He's got it as he is inside the 12 where he needed to go.
When you watch Sterling Sharpe play and catch the ball, Gary, he does not bobble the ball. He attacks the ball. He doesn't wait for the ball to get to him. He is the slot man, number 84. He's going to run a little hook route. And watch how quickly, as soon as he catches it, he turns. And he's very good after the catch because he said to us yesterday, I know where people are coming from. I know where the angles are. And he also knows when he picks up the first down.
Yeah, he pointed towards Appleton, which is south of here. First down now. Packers with a 10-0 lead. A little pass near side Sterling Sharpe. He is getting a workout, and he's got the ball to the 6. Now, he and his brother Shannon have a $20,000 bet as to who will catch the most passes this season. And right now, Shannon Sharpe got to get very nervous standing on the sideline watching his older brother.
They only have three plays, you know, and as Sterling told us yesterday, I get off the bus and I've already got 7 passes.
Well, he's got 6 right now. He got off the bus, got 1 more to go, and he can get back on it, right?
Yeah. No, I think he's looking for a big evening.
2nd and 5. Look at the time of possession. Those 3 snaps didn't take very long. Mickey Harris comes in motion. Gronett ran right by the ball carrier Stevens. He stayed on his feet and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. And then Willie Osiden, who is a Nigerian by birth, was over to make the stop. Gronett a little upset as he just went right by the ball carrier.
Yeah, Gronett is a little upset with himself. I think he thought that maybe Favre had kept the ball on a bootleg because he just ran right by the ball carrier and had a clean shot at him.
Nice contact, but didn't see anything.
The key defensive play here now for Denver. They've got to step to the plate and force the field goal attempt.
On the 3rd and 6. Sharpe comes in motion. Favre looking his way. Comes it over the middle instead, and the catch is made. Diving is Bennett, and Bennett is just short of the goal line. Edgar Bennett, who had 8 catches last week, 14 in the last 2 weeks, just short of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal, Green Bay.
Edgar Bennett, Gary, has a real nice feel for the game. And Brett Favre, you know, maybe they have calmed him down because he has shown an awful lot of poise tonight under a heavy rush by Simon Fletcher, one of the outside linebackers. He just got a nice little touch over his arms to his back pin.
Favre is 9 of 12, 61 yards. 1st and goal. Sharpe comes in motion, hand up Bennett. Bennett did not get in. Oof, was he hammered on that play.
He wasn't even close to getting in.
He got almost flipped on the play as he tried to crack it up the middle. Now, Bennett, again, is not that big a running back by some standards. He weighs in at about 210, 215. That time he didn't get anything. He may have lost some. Well, they're about where they started. It'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Well, remember, this is not a great running team, the Green Bay Packers. They have 3 new offensive linemen starting tonight, and that makes it very difficult on short yardage and goal line.
Bennett, Stevens, the 2 backs. It's Bennett again, trying to go wide. Being chased. He gets out of the grasp of Mecklenburg and scores a touchdown. And Wade Phillips has to be stunned. $16-0 Green Bay, and the first visit ever to Lambeau Field by the Broncos in the regular season is not going real well right now.
Good lead block by John Stevens. It really opened the way for Edgar Bennett to score.
Jackie now to try to hit his 97th in a row, and now he's 2 away from Paul Hornung's record.
Watch the block by number 32, the lead back. When you get a lead block that control the corner of the defense like that, you can get into the corner of the end zone. Stevens clears the way for Edgar Bennett.
One of us is age most, Jim or me?
Yeah, he is.
That's great. That's great. Glenn Milburn now, who fumbled the last one, is going to bring this one up. And he's going to be dropped at the 22. There's a flag on the play.
Tell you what, Gary, the Green Bay Packers special teams have set the tone for this football game. I mean, they have played exceptionally well tonight. You know, the kickoff return by Brooks, the fumble recovery by Teague, and they're not giving up any yardage to Glenn Milburn on the kickoff returns.
Going to bring this one back, too. Illegal use of the hands.
Holding, number 38, on the run back, 10 yards from the spot of the run, first down.
There's your old roommate, Nolan Cromwell.
Nolan Cromwell, the Flash from Kansas.
Ransom, Kansas, who was your teammate with the Los Angeles Rams. He was a quarterback at Kansas and a defensive back in the NFL.
Yeah, he was a great player, and now he's off to a great start as a special teams coach.
We're going to start this drive now from the 12, trailing 17-0. Elway to Delpino, and you can see the Packers are playing now with great intensity. Good reaction by George Kuntz, number 53.
Well, you know, the Denver Broncos have been a very good team at home, Gary, but they have not been particularly good on the road. Now, the Packers have played well tonight and deserved this 17-point lead. But right now, John Elway, who's had a lot of comebacks in his career, there you see the road record. He's going to have to get something on the board here. He's going to have to get some play, a ball to Shannon Sharpe. 4 plays for a total of 6 yards for Denver at this stage with 14 seconds left in the quarter. Elway in trouble, fights off of it, incomplete. He had pressure coming. Bryce Pop was in his face, and Elway is 0 for 3. And Denver right now needs something to jumpstart their offense. Well, you know, John Elway has jump-started their offense, you know, so many times. And I think the situation right now is where Elway is better than anybody. You know, the 3rd and 10. The third down quarterback. He's been a great third down quarterback and a 2-minute drill quarterback. And this is where he can be better than any quarterback in the NFL. Moving around, making something happen.
3rd and long. You see the percentages. It's 3rd and long here. 3rd and 10. Elway scrambling out of difficulty. And the catch is made, a remarkable catch by Vance Johnson. He goes up high as we come to the end of the first quarter. A 16-yard completion, and that gives Elway something to build on as they go to quarter number 2. 17-0, Green Bay. Nothing. Elway, 10 for Vance Johnson, and here comes the flag. He had Teague draped on him along with Terrell Buckley, and we'll have a penalty flag. Both of them almost there at the same time. In that first quarter, Pat, Green Bay had the ball 12 minutes and 15 yards to end the quarter. Hand off to Delpino. The Packer defense solid. Kuntz, the inside linebacker, first to get there.
If you're a Denver Bronco right now, Gary, you're thinking, yeah, we're down by 17 points, but you do have one of the great comeback quarterbacks in the game. And the idea here is not to get too excited. Elway's been in this position before. Clearly, he's come back and he's won a lot of games in his 11th year. But they have to tuck away at that 17-point deficit. They can't let too many series go by without getting some points on the board.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Elway got pressure coming. He's going to be sacked. Elway goes down. Matt Brock was there, and Elway's had such good protection. He'd had only 4 sacks previous to this after suffering 52 a year ago. That's a 7-yard loss back to the 31-yard line.
And Matt Brock should make some sacks this year. Anytime you double team a guy like Reggie White on one side, the guys who are single teamed have to come through, have to make some plays. White was there in the middle of your screen. He was doubled. Brock was single covered, and he made a sack. That's how it should happen, and that's how Reggie White can affect the team.
Third down. 17 yards to go. A flag on the play. Elway's going to be sacked again. And this time it's going to be Sean Patterson.
I think they got Reggie White. You got Reggie White off. And, you know, Elway was looking to go.
He's not making sacks. 3rd and 11 from the shotgun. Elway flushed up. And the ball is caught by Vance Johnson. That's another remarkable catch, and that's a first down. Vance Johnson has been humbled because he was traded to Minnesota, has come back, and has tried to really come back and be a factor again.
John Elway has avoided more sacks, I think, than anybody I've ever seen. But he is getting a lot of pressure here against a defense that was really kind of average up to this time.
Wow.
There's just,
Whoa, now wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did that hit?
We got a little double dribble on that one.
Well, and they're seeing the replay here at Lambeau Field.
And they know football here, don't they? They know the football.
This is a sophisticated, knowledgeable group of people. On a first down, far side, Mitchell defending on Derek Russell. Now, Roland Mitchell was burned, quite honestly, last week by Dallas. He had a tough day against Michael Irvin. But he's such a great youngster. They feel his character will help him bounce back in this game here tonight.
Gary, I think the toughest thing for a cornerback in the NFL is to, after having a game like that, how you respond the next week or the next play after you're beaten. Now, Roland Mitchell has played well tonight, and now that last play where he knocked the ball away was really reflective of that. And that's tough after he had a rough day against Dallas.
Yes, he did. He had a long day in Texas Stadium. Second down, 10. Bernstein, the single running back. Elway. That pressure coming from Reggie White. He got rid of it. Derek Russell on the catch. And Russell's got a first down to the 22. There's a flag back at the 40. Now Reggie White hit John Elway just as he is releasing the football. That's a 29-yard gain.
Maybe late.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer with the blow to the head. Will tack half the distance to the goal to the end of the run. First down.
Let's go back and look at it, Pat. See why he got the penalty.
Take a look at Reggie against Russell Freeman, number 68. That time he had a single block by Freeman. That's a mismatch. Well, it didn't really go to the head.
Huh.
Russell's all alone on him. Again, Elway hanging in the pocket as he's done so well, finding the open receiver. And with a guy like Derek Russell, you have a guy who can go the distance. Didn't there, but can go the distance, and every NFL team needs a receiver like that.
So after the 29-yard completion, they tack on the yardage, and they have it first down at the 11. Bernstein to the backfield with Del Pino. Here's Bernstein trying to bounce outside. Johnny Holland, who last year led them in tackles, and Mike Holmgren said was their best defensive player, number 50. Then had a neck fusion operation and missed most of the preseason. But he's one of those guys who keeps coming after you. And you can see in the last 5 seasons how consistent he's been for the Packers.
You know, one of the things Jim Fossil has worked with Elway is his ball handling, Gary. I mean, he's never really been noted for that. Almost did get that. Fakes it to Del Pino, brings it back into Bernstein. You know, I think Boomer Esiason has had effect on all quarterbacks and how they handle the ball.
2nd and 8. Elway looking to the corner. The ball's on the way. And Vance Johnson's out of bounds. Mitchell was defending on the play, but Vance couldn't get both feet in.
I love watching receivers beg, don't you? A very unsightly thing. No case there for Vance Johnson. Nope. Didn't dot the I.
Got to get longer toes. 3rd down and 8 now. The ball resting at the 10.
You know, think about that pattern, though. Although it was a nice catch out of bounds, Vance Johnson didn't give Elway enough room to throw that ball away from the defender. You had to break inside a little bit more before you break out to give your quarterback a little room to throw to the sideline.
Denver's going to have to burn a timeout. 11th play of the drive coming up after the timeout. Remember, this drive started on the Denver 12-yard line. 11:36 to go in the first half. And the Packers with a surprising 17-0 lead.
Well, if you yell into this crowd, Vince, about half of the 25-year-old males will raise their hand. Join us at halftime. Pat Swilling, Kevin Kiley, and myself. Highlights from around the league. And Pat will talk about stripping the ball.
And we have a misfire here. Penalty called as Titletown, USA, when they won those first 2 Super Bowls. What a tradition was established, and the Packer faithful waiting for the Pack to come back.
Down 17 points. This is a big down for John Elway. Now, they can get a first down to the 1-yard line.
Right now, they're going to hold up the play. It's 3rd and 13 after the penalty, back to the 15-yard line.
And, Gary, what we said before,
3rd and 13. Set the game clock to 11:38. Thank you.
This is where Elway is the best in the NFL. These 3rd and 13s, long 3rd down plays, because his scrambling combined with the velocity on his throws, being able to throw it anywhere on the field, make him incredibly unique.
He stretches you, doesn't he?
No, he sure does.
On the 3rd and 13, the ball is caught, touchdown, and Vance Johnson went right back to the same area and got it this time. 14 yards.
That was a great catch, and that is a great dance, by the way. I like that. I tell you, you know, the thing about Elway and Vance Johnson, you know, he's caught a bunch of touchdowns, 32 career touchdowns for him, for the Broncos. But, you know, they never got excited when they were down 17 points. They expect to come back when you have a guy like Elway or Marino or Montana.
So Vance Johnson with a 17-yard strike, the first points of the night for Denver. 11:33 left in this first half. Jason Elam, the rookie from Hawaii, the 3rd-round draft pick, adds a point after. 17-7.
Gary, even sometimes when a receiver's covered, you have to give him a chance. And Vance Johnson was covered, but Elway has enough confidence in him to throw it up and go get it back.
Darrell Thompson. Thompson will bring it out to the 30. Nice spin move. And the former Minnesota standout has it at the 35. Good field position. I don't know what happened to Elam on the kickoff that time. He's very good at the touchbacks, but didn't get it there. Here's tonight's GMC truck leaderboard, and we're going to show you the touchdown interception ratio right up to the very moment. Now, Montana Wilson did not play today. O'Donnell, his did not change in the win over San Diego. Here's what Elway's done. 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Brett Favre, 4 touchdowns and the 5 interceptions.
Wow. What's the denominator in this thing? The big rate of denominator.
Gotta make it tough, don't you? Always looking for something.
Just, you know, good your math was.
Just short of the 35. Favre starting this drive. And that one was on the ground, I believe. Yes, incomplete.
But even when he misses it, he almost catches it. I mean, you see how strong his arms are, how strong his hands are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the defensive coordinators, Charlie Waters, was saying if you blitz Favre enough, he'll give you those, you know, the dancing feet, the happy feet. He's played well tonight thus far, throws it off his back foot, and that's why he comes in low. But I'm surprised Sterling Sharpe's that open. I mean, he's clearly the featured guy, and you have to figure out a way to double him. 6 catches for Sharpe.
Stevens goes in motion on a 2nd and 10. Favre over the top. Jackie Harris will tight end. He's got some running room to the 20. Jackie Harris will take it all the way. Touchdown, Green Bay. 66 yards.
Yeah, look how fast Brett Favre is.
Longest play from the line of scrimmage this year for the Packers. 66 yards. Their longest have been 28.
Yeah, you're right. Mike Holmgren said, you know, we have just been struggling trying to come up with
5th touchdown toss of the year, and Jackie Harris, who they feel has some greatness ahead of him. This will be Derek Russell returning this kickoff. Milburn is not back this time. They sent Del Pino and Russell back to receive it. At the 25, that's where Denver will start.
Let's go back to the touchdown play. This is a beautifully designed play and a call by Sherman Lewis, the offensive coordinator. Here are the key guys. You're going to see Mecklenburg go out here when he goes in motion. Then this is Jackie Harris, the tight end, who doesn't even get bumped and runs right down the middle of the defense. It's a mismatch.
Here, 24, and we're still in the first half. And that ball is completed to Reggie Johnson, the tight end. Looked like Kuntz had a chance at an interception. It's thrown right by him. And here's one of the most improved players in this Denver team is Johnson. He's lost some weight, and they want to get the ball to him more. He's a terrific blocker. Got a game ball last week for his blocking.
Hey, you know, Elway threw that ball so hard. They're going to have to surgically remove it from his chest.
It's like getting a tattoo, right?
Wilson burger right on your chest.
Gain of 9. Flushed out again. He's got it off to his safety man, Rod Bernstein, and Bernstein gets the first down. He only needed a yard. He makes it to the 39.
So let's step back, Gary, and take a look at, Packers are up 24-7. What's happened? The special teams for Green Bay have been indeed special. Their defense has made some remarkable plays, particularly in that first quarter. Their offense has run the ball. And they've come up with some big plays in the passing game to Jackie Harris. They didn't do those things in the 3 games they lost.
One thing that jumps out at me, Pat, is how they're protecting Favre.
Yeah, you're right. The 3 new offensive linemen.
First down from the 39. And they have the blitz coming. They called it off. Setting up a screen. Bernstein's got it at the 40. And it'll be tackled short of the 45. Pretty good recovery that time by Roland Mitchell from the cornerback spot. It'll bring up a second down. And right now, Shannon Sharpe looks like he's getting the worst of the bet.
Yeah, he said, I'll let you out for $15,000 right now.
Let's buy down this bet, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, I was impressed by Sterling Sharpe's shoes. I think Shannon would like to have his shoes and the $20,000.
They cost about $20,000.
Second down and 5. And that should have been cut. And that was in the midst of Bernstein at the 50. He went high for it. Couldn't hang on to it. And it'll bring up a third down. This guy coming over from San Diego is an excellent receiver coming out of the backfield.
I was just going to say that's unusual for Bernstein because he is a very good receiver. As a matter of fact, all the backs for Denver are good receivers. But when you're down 24-7, these kind of things seem to happen and snowball. When you're trying to get back into a game, everybody has to make those kind of plays, Gary.
Maybe the ghosts of Lambeau Field are coming in here. They were talking about coming in here. Third down and 5. That's broken up, deflected, and intercepted. That is Wayne Simmons, the rookie, their top draft pick, and he puts it inside the 25. He deflected it and intercepted it.
Hey, Gary, I don't know how Green Bay has lost 3 ball games. Because they have done everything right tonight. And that was an incredibly athletic play by Wayne Simmons. Now, this is only his second start. You're going to see Wayne Simmons right here. He's the guy that's going to first tip the ball. He fakes a blitz. He fakes like he's a lineman. Then he drops back in coverage, reads the eyes of Elway, tips it up, then makes the interception. And that's a heck of a play by the rookie Simmons.
What did they tell us? They think he can be an impact player. Well, that was an impact type play. The interception sets it up at the 23. Bennett's the single running back. Edgar Bennett's got it. Able to get inside the 20, close to the 17-yard line and stop there.
The other thing that's happened, Gary, you mentioned the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers. The blitz has not gotten to Brett Favre. He's not been rattled by it. The offensive line have done a marvelous job of protecting him under some blitzes by inside linebackers and safeties. And the other thing is, Atwater and Smith have not been much of a factor yet in this game. Usually
you feel their impact early. An interception by Elway was only his 3rd of the season. Second and 5. Goes in motion, Bennett again, got some running room, and keeps the legs pumping. He's going to be short of the first down inside the 15. Dave Wyman made the stop for the Denver Broncos. But again, you see some holes up front in the running game, and Here is how the Packers have started the game, and they have started so well every week. Last 3 weeks, they scored on the first drive. Amazing, isn't it, how they script those plays, that West Coast offense, and it seems to really clear their minds. They have an idea of what they want to do.
Looks like a svelte, Craig Stadler, doesn't he? Just get it?
I got it. The Walrus Jr. Here's the pass intended far side for Harrison. Favre that time had Mike Kroll in his face. He just dumped that one out of there. That's one of the few times he hasn't had time to operate, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, Denver has tried some outside blitzes, inside blitzes. Kroll's an outside linebacker that time. I mean, they're just trying to do anything to get him out of rhythm right now.
So Chris Jackie will come on. He's kicked a 28-yard field goal earlier. We mentioned Jackie had hit 9 in a row before missing one last week. This is one of the fine field goal kickers in the NFL. This will be a 32-yard attempt.
Jackie will do the kicking.
Frank Winters to snap. Ryan Wagner to hold. Jackie has it on the way and right down the middle. And so the Packers, after the interception by Simmons, they add 3 more to their total. And Green Bay looking like a team that should have been 3-1, instead 1-3 coming in here.
The warehouse closeout discounts will make you crazy.
The other guy sees our prices. I love this price.
I love this price.
It's closeout 93 at Douglas Toyota.
I love this price.
You'll love the closeout price on 93 Corollas, just $159 a month. Only at Douglas Toyota, the Toyota warehouse. 93 Corollas, only $159 a month.
I love this price.
Yo, don't miss it.
Take 104th Avenue west of I-25. Douglas Toyota, the Toyota warehouse. You'll love this price.
It's Customer Appreciation Days at Peerless Tire Company, and we're giving away free color TVs. Solid good looks combined with solid all-season traction make up the all-new Peerless Force 4 radial for trucks and 4x4s. Ready to take on anything the weather has to offer for as low as $51.99 with free mounting. How about these great-looking heavy-duty custom white spoke wheels from Mangles as low as $19.99? Customer Appreciation Days is going on now at Peerless Tire Company. See your white pages for a location near you. Why should we continue Colorado's tourism program? Because it's a good way to make certain that tourism throughout Colorado remains strong. For 10 years, the tourism tax has promoted all of Colorado and helped small businesses which can't afford national advertising. And the tax on tourism is very small, 10 cents on a $50 motel room. The average Colorado family pays only $5 per year. That's a great deal for Colorado. Vote yes on Referendum A.
Well, 3 weeks from tonight is Halloween. These guys got to jump on it, didn't they?
They grow everything here in Wisconsin.
One needs to shave, though. Look at that. He's got a beard on the side of that.
I like that.
They got to keep that for 3 more weeks and wear it Halloween night. Whew.
Well, there's a guy, Greg Cragen, who will not quit regardless of the scores. Team down by 20 points, but the nose tackle, Greg Cragen, will give you everything he has the rest of the first half and the second half, I promise you.
27-7, the Packers are the lead. 7:26 to go in the first half. Jackie kicking off. Derek Russell will take it to the 8-yard line. Russell to the 23, and the Packers doing a good job in the coverage department. Elway will start it there. And looking ahead, we have a special edition of the NFL on TNT this Thursday. The Rams take on the Falcons in the Georgia Dome. The Silver Bullet Stadium show kicks things off at 7 o'clock Eastern, followed by the game at 7:30. Never been in the Georgia Dome, have you?
No, I have not. Looking forward to it. I take that back. I don't like domes. I like it here at Lambeau Field.
This is real football, isn't it?
It's nice.
The leaves changing, the grass on the field, the tradition. This is a unique place. Bernstein going wide, and Bernstein diving, and he gets out to the 30, just across it, a couple of yards short of the first down.
Gary, Shannon Sharpe may not have caught any passes yet, but he made a terrific block on Pop, number 95 for the Green Bay Packers. There he is, number 84, Shannon Sharpe. I mean, he cleared the way on the outside for the outside run.
Yes, penalty on it.
Well, I guess it's easier to block him when you're holding them.
That's a terrific block, except he didn't get away with it.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're on the end of the line of scrimmage, though. And the interior guys get away with those kind of holds, but Not when you're on the end of the line of scrimmage.
You know, Sterling Sharpe was a #1 draft pick of the Packers. This guy went in the 7th round out of Savannah State, earned his way on the team as a special teams player, ended up playing tight end as well as an H-back spot, and has now become an excellent receiver. He's really fought his way up the ladder.
Yeah, he is a heck of a receiver, and he's going to have to get involved in this game.
1st and 20 after the penalty. Sprinting out. Complete to Johnson, and Vance Johnson having a very big first half. That'll be a couple of yards short of the first down. They needed 20. He gets out to the 21. He has 4 catches for 53 yards and a touchdown.
I've watched Vance Johnson for a long time, Gary, and I think what he is very good at is he's very strong in his legs, and he's real quick in and out of breaks. And you may have him covered for a while, but he's so strong out of the break, that's when he comes open, and that's when the ball is delivered.
2nd down. Still 12 yards to go. Elway's got time, and the ball deflected. It was intended for Shannon Sharpe at the 25. I think somebody got a hand on the ball. Anyway, the connection was not made, and it's 3rd and 12 now for Elway and the Broncos.
You know, Elway was talking about having a lot of weapons this year. I'm not sure this ball was actually deflected. It did come pretty hard and heavy. And behind you.
Yeah. Pretty hard to change direction like that. Correct your body, and as an end result, 3rd and 12.
Well, we really haven't seen much of Glenn Milburn. I mean, Wade Phillips said we had to get Glenn Milburn the ball some tonight, too.
8 of 16 now is Elway. 101 yards. This time he gets at the man you were just talking about, Milburn, and Milburn scats out to the 33, and that'll be enough for the first down. This guy, when he gets in the open field, he just drives defensive coordinators crazy. That's a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, it's like eating Jell-O with chopsticks, you know.
I've never tried that.
No, it's hard. It's hard catching them. They're going into their no huddle now here.
In the hurry up. Here they go. Elway over the middle again. It's complete. Derek Russell, and Russell's got another first down. Boy, this is vintage John Elway at his best. 16 yards, and they're on the move. And the Packers want to call timeout and stop this juggernaut.
You know, that's a good call by the Green Bay defensive coordinator, Ray Rhodes. I mean, you have a quarterback who's superb in the 2-minute drill. You've got a 20-point lead. You know, why not burn one?
40-second timeout.
And so the Packers still have 2 timeouts remaining, as do the Denver Broncos. That gives us an opportunity to look at Week 6 here at the NFL action on the Russell Athletic scoreboard. And the Chiefs without Joe Montana won, but it wasn't easy. Barry Foster over the century mark once again, and the Raiders beating the Jets. Jets have lost 2 tough back-to-back games.
Vince Evans had a big day.
And how about Marino? Going to have an MRI on him tomorrow. The original report we were hearing, he was out for the season, but now they've kind of rescinded that. Yeah. And the Cardinals losing at home to New England. So Bill Parcells, his first win as a Patriots coach. Bears have won 3 in a row now.
Yeah, Dave Wannstedt's done a nice job there.
Yes, he has. And the Vikings, what was it Brett Favre said? The Vikings have the best defensive front line in the NFL. Here is Elway coming up after the timeout, and that's almost intercepted. We have a flag on the play. Mike Pryor, who came over from the Colts as an unrestricted free agent, almost had an interception. It's going to be a penalty against Denver. He had 6 interceptions for the Colts last year.
Yeah, penalty against Denver, but that was a freebie. Mike Pryor should have had that ball. I mean, he made a nice play and getting there, but that's the difference between being 1-3 and 3-1, Gary. Making plays like that.
An illegal formation. Number 65 was not in the line of scrimmage. 5 yards. Repeat, first down.
That's the Z-man, Gary Zimmerman. What was it Sterling Sharpe said? Not only do the receivers need to catch the ball, our defensive backs need to catch the ball.
Yeah, Sterling Sharpe said everybody's got to begin to make the plays if we're going to get the thing turned around.
First down and 15 now after the penalty from the 45. Showing his ability to get out of the pocket, and Reggie White got him. You see the speed of White? Yeah. You don't run John Elway down from the backside very often. And the 7-time Pro Bowler White got him and dropped him short of the midfield stripe.
We talk about Reggie White lifting the team. Now, he's only had 1 and he's right in the left of your screen, number 92, getting double teamed again. But, I mean, he makes your whole defense better.
Second down now, 10. Elway, far side, a rolling catch by Vance Johnson. Headed for a big, big night, and that is going to be enough for the first down, a 10-yard grab.
Yeah, with 4:52 remaining in the second quarter here and down by 20 points, Denver's thinking, hey, we have plenty of time to get maybe 2 scores on the board before halftime.
The Vance with 5 catches for 63 yards. From the 40, first down. Elway, far side, and an adjustment by Johnson. He had pretty good coverage that time on him on the far side by Muhammad Oliver. Now, Oliver is seeing his first action for the Packers. He was a former draft pick of the Broncos. He's a decathlete from the University of Oregon. Covered that one very well.
Yeah, he's still a question mark for the Packers. They think he can get the job done, but he is new. Just picked up a few weeks ago, and they feel that, hey, he's got to prove it to us for the Green Bay Packers, but he did it there on that play.
Second down and 10, a little delayed handoff to Milburn, and doesn't get a lot to the 38-yard line of Green Bay. Now, they're within field goal range of Elam right now. What was it Wade Phillips said? We get to the 38, we can bring him in.
Yeah. And watching Milburn and watching some of the quick backs like Milburn, they have trouble on grass. They always have trouble with their footing.
Third down and 8, Elway, and that's a little too tall as Johnson tried to go up and get it inside the 30-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 4:15 remaining in this first half of play. 27-7, the Packers with the lead.
Yeah, they're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Well, Elam has kicked field goals of more than 70 yards in practice.
Now here again, he has some experienced receivers, but you have to run the route 2 yards past the down marker.
The Broncos are 0 for 2 on 4th down prior to this one. Being chased, he got away. A lot of time. And Elway trying to run for the first down. He fumbles it forward, and they're going to rule it a penalty. He may have tried to throw the ball forward to get the first down, which is illegal.
But, Gary, I thought that ball was stayed in bounds and should have been a fumble recovery for Green Bay.
He needed to get just to about the 30 to pick up the first down. He needed 8 yards on a 4th down. And they're going to discuss this one. Looked like maybe the Packard recovered it, but he was out of bounds when he did that. But let's look and see in a moment, and the discussion going on.
We have an illegal forward pass beyond the line of scrimmage. It's a 5-yard penalty and loss of down. First down.
No, they're calling an illegal forward pass rather than the trying to advance a fumble. Because if it's a fumble here, the Green Bay this ball stays in bounds. The Green Bay Packers should have had it recovered right there.
Let's see. Did he stay in? Nope, he went out when he has forward progress. The impetus took him out. But a pass?
It looks like that old Dave Casper play.
I know it.
The old
you can't advance it.
play.
That's right. Anyway, the Packers take over on downs. That was a 4th and 8. They didn't get it. And from the 38 now, Green Bay with the lead and the football. Favre the play action. Completes it. Jackie Harris had the 66-yard touchdown catch earlier. Right now, Favre is in a rhythm. You can just see it. He's growing confidence-wise. And why shouldn't he? He's getting the protection. That's a 13-yard gain.
And it's the same matchup between Harris, the tight end, and Mecklenburg, number 77, right there in the middle of your screen. And it's a matchup the Packers like. And give Sherman Lewis, the offensive coordinator of the Packers, some credit because he's gone to it now twice. One for a touchdown, that time for the first down.
Favre, 11 of 16, 139 yards. This time complete. Sterling Sharpe, and he's instantly hit by Tyrone Braxton. Now they're saying he did not have the football. It's incomplete. One of the few times he doesn't pluck it. That's the one thing you watched in films is he just plucks the ball out of the air with those strong hands.
Look at his arms. I mean, he's got the arms of a tackle. Arms, strong hands. He's wearing those scuba gloves.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? We went down and talked to Bob Knoll, the trainer, and he was showing us those are scuba gloves rather than the soccer gloves that they
regular
use.
ones. Yeah. Cold weather he uses them when it starts turning chilly in Green Bay.
Second down 10. He's having a big night to the 12. First down, Green Bay.
Gary, I love to see teams come back and repeat successful plays. You don't see it enough in the NFL, but the third time, Favre to Harris against Carl Mecklenburg. It's a matchup. It's a mismatch right now, and Harris has got the better, certainly, of Carl Mecklenburg, and Green Bay continues to exploit it. 2 deep plays, and earlier was a little 10-yard hook.
How's this for a number? 3 catches now for Harris, 117 yards, and of course the 66-yard strike for 6.
Well, Harris is really, you know, a wide receiver playing tight end. I mean, he's a big guy who can get downfield.
First down at the 12. John Stevens. Stevens will get to the 10. Atwater, one of those safeties coming up. We haven't called their name very much, Smith or Atwater. This time they'll stop him for the 10, a gain of 2. When you talk about the safeties of Denver, the thing that jumps out at you really, Pat, is the fact that they are so big. You have Smith at 6'3", 200. Atwater, they list him at 217 pounds.
Yeah, and they can come up and hit you. But right now, those guys are going to have to come up and hit you, and Denver defense needs a turnover more than anything else right now, Gary.
The 2-minute warning. We'll be back.
This is friction. Metal grinding on metal. Friction can wear your engine down. Friction can shorten its life. This is Pennzoil, the friction-fighting motor oil that protects more engines than any other motor oil in America. Choose Pennzoil. Use Pennzoil, and you'll get quality engine protection in each and every drop. Pennzoil. Performance, protection, quality.
At GMC Truck, we've built a reputation for truck strengths. A considerable advantage. It also comes in this handy take-home size. Sierra from GMC Truck.
It was fascination, I know. And it might have ended right then at the start. Just a passing glance, just a brief romance. Fascination turned to love.
Pat, it's a series of adjustments you make at a ball game.
Yeah, and that's what Charlie Waters, the defensive coordinator, is going to have to do. It's a mismatch between Mecklenburg and Jackie Harris, but I think what you have to do is make sure Jackie Harris doesn't get off the ball cleanly. I mean, Harris, on all 3 catches, he's had a free ride and has been able to release without anybody holding him up at the line of scrimmage.
We come back, 2nd and 8 from the 10. The Packers with a 27-7 lead. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Packers with 2 timeouts left. Blitz. Atwater is coming after him. Favre sees it. Atwater can't get to him, and he dumps it off incomplete. Boy, that blitz really bothered Brett Favre that time.
You know, as Charlie Waters told us this week, that one of the matchups he was concerned with is West on Mecklenburg. And now this defense, led by Atwater, is trying to make a play. But John Stevens, the back, really did a pretty good job of keeping him away from Brett Favre.
Little chip block there. Yeah. Favre was in real trouble. So it's 3rd down now, 8 yards to go. And we're going to have a timeout called. And the Packers now have 1 remaining in this first half. Coming up at halftime, be sure and stay with us for the Fruit of the Loom halftime report. Bob Neal and Kevin Kiley here in this picturesque setting. Scores and highlights from Week 6. First half analysis and the special guest, Pat Swilling, defensive linebacker for the Detroit Lions.
Still rushing the passer, Pat Swilling. Man, can he play.
The Lions now in a 3-way tie for first place in that NFC Central. They were idle, of course, today. They're 3-2. How about the Bears after starting 0-2? They're now 3-2.
Well, and if the Packers continue to play like this, this second half and this year, I mean, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. I mean, it's hard to figure they've lost 3 games the way they're playing tonight.
Well, they get a bye next week, and it's a long season, Pat. Start panicking at this stage.
It is a marathon. But right now, Brett Favre can't throw an interception. A sack's okay because you're still in field goal range, but don't turn the ball over.
3rd down and 8.
Going to blitz early again.
they pulled it off this time. Favre is now sprinting away from the pressure. He completes the ball to Bennett. Bennett inside the 5, stopped at the 4. And Dennis Smith coming over there, who's been playing at a Hall of Fame pace this season. And it's going to be a 4th down. What are they going to do here?
You know, that was a good job by the Denver defense. I mean, Gary, they faked the blitz to Brett Favre. You know, they had guys come up, and then they dropped back. You see Braxton, number 34, guys are faking the blitz. Then they drop back in coverage. Favre had nowhere to go, getting chased by Dronette. And then some guys rally on the ball carrier. I mean, when you hit Dennis Smith, you generally stop.
Yep, and go backwards.
Yeah.
The Broncos used a timeout, so they have one remaining. So that'll give Holmgren a little more time to make a decision. He was getting ready to send the team on a 4th down and still a long 2, closer to 3 yards.
Yeah, they're up by 20 points. Make it 23. I mean, to me, it's 4th and 2. There's no doubt you kick the field goal. You go up by 23 points.
Well, he heard you, because here comes Jackie onto the field. Mike Holmgren was driving up yesterday for a meeting in his Harley Davidson, and his wife Kathy said it's just a male thing he's going through right now. Says he's got a lot of new friends now. The other day he drove up and some guys wanted to sit on their motorcycle so they could say Mike Holmgren was on my hog.
It's a whole new crowd. He's good with the Raiders there too, wouldn't he?
A 22-yard field goal by Jackie. And Jackie adds the 3 points and makes it a 30-7 game. Well, if anybody just joined us or seen the score, they would say that's got to be reversed.
Yeah.
You know, Denver's leading 37. Don't tell me the Packers are leading 30-7.
You know, funny, we've talked about it. We showed an earlier graphic about Denver being a sensational home team, not particularly good on the road. But we've also talked about John Elway bringing his team from behind. Now, there's 1:36 left in the first half. This game is clearly not over. But it is important, I think, that John Elway establish something, some sort of rhythm right here. He has a timeout. He's got plenty of time to get his field goal team in position to score. And maybe plenty of time, really, to get a touchdown on the board.
There's always time for this guy. 31 times in the 4th quarter he's come from behind. And we had one in the first regular season game last year against the Raiders. Well, Kansas City winning today. Of course, Denver trying to keep pace with a victory here. Surprising Seattle behind Rick Meyer. The Raiders pulling one out today at the very end. San Diego really been struggling. And so Denver trailing 30-7 in a catch-up posture, making their first appearance ever here in Lambeau Field in the regular season. Jackie gets into this one. Russell at the goal line, and he'll go to a knee. Now, did he get out? Did he come out with the ball? It's going to be the discussion. Is it a touchback? Okay, there they come. But I'll tell you, for a moment there, Derek Russell thought maybe he'd been out on the field to play. Let's look at it again. Yeah, he was. His foot was on the goal line there.
They're saying the impetus too brought the ball back. That's the rule. The impetus of the ball brought it back in the end zone. So it is a touchback.
Well, he wasn't sure though. He was looking around for help from the 20-yard line. Elway with 1:34 left in the half, and he completes it to Shannon Sharpe, and Sharpe out to the 29 of the yard short of the first down. And here they go without the huddle. 2nd down, a yard to go. 1 timeout remaining for the Broncos. Back to Sharpe again. So Shannon now catching up to his older brother, and he has a first down. A nice run after the catch. Makes it out to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, there's an arrogance about this new offense of Denver saying, hey, we can play the catch and then get some yards after the catch, that you aren't good enough to tackle us. And that's why you see them using guys like Shannon Sharpe. But with guys like him, he'll break some tackles for him.
18-yard gain on the play. 1:13. This time Elway's going for all of it. Down there, and Vance Johnson cannot catch up to it. Excellent effort at the 5-yard line, and Elway threw that ball a long way.
Vance Johnson, knew he had that burst right at the end, but the ball's just a yard too long. I mean, Vance Johnson is a fast receiver, but he still has a little bit of burst left when the ball's in the air.
That ball was 50 to 55 yards in the air. Near side, Shannon Sharpe again. There's a penalty flag, I believe. There is at the line of scrimmage as Sharpe is tackled short of the first down. 1:01 left in the half. It's going to be holding against Denver. Okay, this offensive line of Denver has been very good. It's
Number
huge.
79, 10 yards, repeat second down.
Average is 6'6", 289 pounds.
Well, you know, with the addition of Gary Zimmerman and Brian Habib, Wydell, number 79, is the guy who gets the call.
He got run over that time by David Grant, number 98. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 20. 1 minute left in the half. Screen to Milburn. They want to get him in the open field. George Teague, another rookie, was over there and read it well and stayed with him and knocks him out of bounds short of the 40-yard line.
You know, George Teague, they're saying this is his first start in the National Football League. He is #1 draft pick for Green Bay. He said if we needed a free safety that could make plays from sideline to sideline. Well, he did it there. He made a great special teams play earlier when he caused a fumble as well.
54 seconds left. Elway scrambling around on this play. Well, puts it up, and that's into the middle of 3 green shirts. And they should have had a pick there. Leroy Butler had the closest shot at it. That's one of those where there's too many guys going to the ball. You've got it, I've got it, and nobody got it.
There wasn't any Denver receivers around there, but it was the block, first of all, by Russell Freeman, number 68, on the right side on Reggie White. They gives him the chance. He steps up inside that block. Now, ordinarily, Denver, as soon as they see Elway scramble, somebody goes deep. Nobody went deep on that play.
So on a 4th down, Ruin will punt. Brooks is waiting. He takes it to the 15-yard line, out to the 20, and it'll be tackled at the 22 with 34 seconds left in the half. 46-yard punt by Tom Ruin, an 8-yard return. And so the Packers with a 30-7 lead.
Well, it has been a balanced Packer attack, too, Gary, in the sense that the offense has done their thing. Defense, I think, has played remarkably well. Special teams have had their big plays, a turnover, big kick return by Brooks. In all 3 phases.
They had a team meeting Wednesday. What was it they said? They kind of recommitted everything. There wasn't a lot of screaming and yelling. It was just recommitment. Let's have a plan, and let's make it work.
Well, football is about focus. And this Green Bay Packer team is focused tonight.
Favre will give off to Stevens. Stevens hugs the ball. Not going to lose it here. It comes across the 25. Now, both teams have 1 timeout remaining. You see the time remaining. It's been a stunner as this Packer faithful, long-suffering, has their beloved team with a 30-7 lead. And Mike Holmgren, who has never really ever panicked, who has been very stable and has had almost a serene approach to this very slow start, has to be pleased at the halfway point. The Fruit of the Loom halftime report coming up at halftime. 30-7, Green Bay leads Denver.
The whole deal is for my ideas to go where I can't.
I want to share my ideas.
I need to work with other people.
What I want at this company is a computer network.
A partner to make it work.
What we need is a computer network that allows us to share information in different departments, different buildings, different cities.
A computer is only a box.
It's not more boxes we need. It's a network.
It could work.
Enterprise Networking Services from US West connects and maintains LANs and computer networks. For information, call 800-DATA-USW.
Hello, pizza delivery.
New chunky style pizza?
Yes, we do. Big chunks of meat. Big chunks of fresh vegetables.
Hello, Domino's.
Chunky style pizza.
No, Chunky's not working today.
We've got meat and veggies.
And meat and veggies.
If you want the new chunky style pizza, there's only one place to get it. Pizza Hut.
No chunky style.
No chubby style.
No funky style.
No hefty style.
Nothing like that.
Yes.
No chunks, no style.
Pizza Hut. Sometimes you gotta stop and smell the pizza.
Try the Pizza Hut all-you-can-eat lunch buffet for $3.99.
Since Toyota truck reliability and dependability are put to the test in America, Toyota said build them here, too. You know what? Most are. But the ultimate test is right here. Toyota 100,000-mile story. Over 60,000 of them, and more coming every day. Toyota trucks. The reliability's built in. Toyota trucks. You just gotta love them.
Fruit of the Loom Halftime Report is brought to you by Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Well, the Denver Broncos, until tonight, had never in the history of their franchise played the Packers here at Lambeau Field. Now they're not going to want to come back and do it again. They're trailing 30-7 at the half. Pat Swilling, Kevin Kiley, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes and talk about that first half. But right now, we're going to go to Ernie Johnson Jr. in Atlanta. And Ernie, that Miami-Cleveland game, quarterbacks are the story, but mainly we're concerned here about the situation with Dan Marino. What's the latest?
I'll tell you, they have got their fingers crossed down Miami way tonight, folks, because Dan Marino did hurt his right Achilles tendon today. There will be an MRI performed tomorrow. The Dolphins will know much more about the future of Dan Marino at that time. It happened in the second quarter against Cleveland today. You saw him right there. He goes down. Don Shula just hoping.
Dan has been so durable, you know, and we've just sort of depended on him, and then all of a sudden he's gone, and you got to be able to deal with it. Hopefully, we'll get some good news tomorrow that he perhaps won't be out for the year. We don't know that yet.
Marino headed to the sidelines. Scott Mitchell came on. His first pass was intercepted and returned for 6, but he rallied Miami in the
Mitchell
third.
takes the snap. He's going to throw the ball in the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by Tony Martin. Whoa! What a great play!
2 touchdown passes in the third for Mitchell. The Dolphins win at 24-14. The Browns say Vinny Testaverde will start. Bernie Kosar benched next week against Cincinnati. The Bengals remain winless today. The Chiefs got them 17-15, their third straight win for KC. Montana did not play. San Diego, the drought continues. They've only got 4 touchdowns in 5 games. Pittsburgh got them 16-3. Barry Foster over 100 yards for the 10th time in his last 11 home games. It was a backup quarterback to the rescue for the New England Patriots today. Scott Secules was the man who rallied him because Drew Bledsoe sprained a left knee ligament. 21-16 Cardinals in the fourth. Secules to Kevin Turner, who won't go down. In fact, gets rid of this thing to Leonard Russell. Questionable, but they say it was not a forward lateral. He's going to take this thing down to the 2. The play covers 82 yards and sets up the game winner with under 4 minutes to go. Secules, the big Ben Coates. And the New England Patriots of Bill Parcells have their first victory of the year, 23-21 over the Phoenix Cardinals. Both teams are 1-4. The Washington Redskins are 1-4, their worst home loss in 45 years. The Giants got them 41-7. The Chicago Bears, 17-6 winners over the Philadelphia Eagles. Bubby Brister was sacked 7 times today. It was a backup quarterback to the rescue today also with the Raiders. Is there a theme developing here, folks? Vince Evans comes on for Jeff Hostetler, throws a couple of touchdown passes, has the Raiders down there in scoring position with just 7 ticks left. Nick Bell does the rest. The Raiders come from behind to beat the Jets. Boy, they've had a couple of tough losses. Vince Evans happy. He should be. 24-20, the Raiders over the Jets. The Dallas Cowboys and Indianapolis Colts at the Hoosier Dome. Emmitt Smith had 104 yards. Rosie Potts had 113 for the Colts. It was a 27-3 Dallas win. They've won 3 straight. Tampa Bay shut out by Minnesota. The Vikings take it 15-0 as Craig Erickson threw 4 interceptions for Tampa Bay. Here on TNT tonight, it's Green Bay 30, the Denver Broncos 7. At the break, we'll take it back to Lambeau, to Bob and Kevin, and to Pat Swilling after this.
The happiest moments in life are spent in comfortable clothes. The only kind of clothes Fruit of the Loom makes.
Don't you ever ask them why? If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh.
Now comfort has a new dress code. Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Now you can get 1 of 4 NFL quarterback posters on special boxes of Wheaties. There's Jim Kelly.
Pick me.
John Elway.
No, pick me.
Steve Young.
Me.
Or Warren Moon.
Me.
You can collect all 4 posters on Wheaties. Don't make them beg.
Pretty please.
It's not just a high-performance tire. It's a Michelin. So it does things ordinary tires just can't do. The XGT series from Michelin. Because so much is riding on your tires.
Oh, Tony for one. Well, he believes in total honesty.
He shares the remote control, and he's into leather. Get into leather. English leather.
Well, at least for the first half, at least on this Sunday night, the Pack is back 30-7. The Packers lead the 3-1 Denver Broncos. And yes, they've scored 30 points, but Kevin Kiley, the main thing to look at is the defense. Even though that Denver has the improved offensive line, the Packers defense has played well.
They played great. Pat Swilling and I have been sitting here during the first half discussing the importance of pass rushing and how do you deal with a guy like Reggie White. Now, Reggie doesn't have a whole lot of sacks in the first half, but he's made a heck of an impact on that Denver offense, no?
He sure has, because it's taken 2 and 3 players to block him sometimes, and on one play they had Milburn trying to help block on him, and that keeps Milburn from getting out into the pass route. But as you can see here, this is the play. Milburn can't get out, so that also takes away from their offense. So he's definitely made an impact during the game.
And, of course, here John Elway was able to get away on this and complete the pass. He completed a bunch of them in the first half, 14 for 170 yards. But on this play, you'll see him double-team Reggie, and that's going to free up somebody else.
It sure will. He get a good pass rush up the middle, and also Brock comes from the outside and one-on-one with his guy and beats his guy. But Reggie really makes the play happen because he makes the guy step up in the pocket, and Brock comes along and gets the sack.
It also makes you wonder about just how effective this Packer defense could be if and when Tony Bennett gets back. Now, one of the things we talked about in the pregame show, Pat, you and I, was the fact that you've noticed a trend change in stripping the ball. Obviously, it's an old football technique, but more emphasis on it this year. You said you've had it, and we saw it some in this game here tonight.
Well, I learned it from Ricky Jackson down in New Orleans. He always talks about stripping the ball away. As you can see in this game here, this guy comes, he's running the ball, Milburn right here, and the guy comes right in. He has an opportunity to tackle the guy, but instead of just tackling him, he tries to strip the ball out, and they're able to get it out, and the ball's going the other way, and the Packers have the ball. And this is really a great play.
It is. That's George Teague, the rookie, making his first start. How do you do it? How do you teach it? I mean, do you teach him not to tackle, to half tackle?
Well, you teach him to wrap up with one arm, but also try to get the ball out. And there's a lot of opportunities when you can and can't do it. And you have to teach your players when to gamble and try to get the ball out and when not to. And I think that's taught during practice. And we're doing it in Detroit. And I think a lot of teams around the league is doing it.
Yeah, now, if you're on Denver's side of the ball here, you get the 30 points have been given up to the Green Bay Packers. What's your view about Denver Broncos coming into the second half of this game?
Well, I think Elway's going to have to throw the ball and throw some deep balls to get him back into the ball game. His receivers, Vance Johnson, those guys are guys who can get deep and catch the ball. But I think John will have to try to get him back in with the deep ball. Okay, Pat Swilling, we'll look forward to your comments when we have our post-game stadium show. Kevin Kiley, hope you'll enjoy the second half. The Green Bay Packers stunning the Broncos in the first half with a lead of 30-7. Outstanding special teams play, and the defense has risen tall here tonight at Lambeau Field. Hope you all enjoy the second half. We'll see you right after the ball game.
Fruit of the Loom halftime report has been brought to you by Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
That was me, Avon Moses, receiver for the Broncos at Red Rocks, appearing in the United Way public service spot. We met Jerry. Her story started back in 1978 when she was just a child. The doctors diagnosed a rare form of cancer in her eyes. Can any of us imagine the choice Jerry's parents had to make to remove her eyes or lose her life to cancer? They chose life, and the little girl came to the United Way's supported program for the blind.
Up, 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 faster and faster, the little intern climbed, until at last
Jerry went on to attend high school and get top grades, and today she's an active, productive part of our community. Now I want you to meet Jerry. Jerry, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Haven. I'd like to thank all the people that have given throughout the years. Thanks to you, it really does help all of us.
Now more than ever, the United Way, helping where help is needed most.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
The NFL on TNT is brought to you by Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives. And by Pittsburgh Paints. You work too hard to paint with anything less.
Green Bay 30, Denver 7. Gary Bender along with Pat Hayden as we've come to the halftime. And here's tonight's Pittsburgh Paints game summary. And the special teams have been, as you said earlier, special tonight as they have set up the Packers in very good shape. 1 touchdown and 1 field goal. Jackie Harris, first 100-yard day of his career. They scored in the first 6 possessions. I want to watch Jackie Harris show you how spectacular he was. 117 yards and 3 catches. But before we do that, let's watch the special teams on the kickoff.
Yeah, this was Robert Brooks. And, you know, we've said a couple times before, Gary, the good teams can beat you with special teams. They can beat you with offense and defense. The Packers have done all of it tonight. But when you have the game starting like this, it really sets a special tone. You know, you're playing at home. You know, you're 1-3. It's a nationally televised game. Guys want to play well. And that gave them a big boost, I think.
68-yard return after a 95-yard return last week.
You know, give the Packers some credit here, and Sherman Lewis, their offensive coordinator, for putting a nice scheme together, getting their tight end, Jackie Harris, who runs like a wide receiver, matched up against Carl Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg is a great player, but really his strength is not in pass coverage. Here's another one. He's going to be right in here, going right down the middle. Here's Mecklenburg. Again, give the Packers some credit too, Gary, is they came back to it. You know, they came back to the play. They used Harris those 3 times. And, again, I think when you're on a roll, you're not afraid to call on a guy's number.
Yeah, this was a 38-yard completion to Harris.
And you see Mecklenburg's doing everything that he can. And, like I said, Mecklenburg's a great player. He's a great blitzer. He's a great stunner, a great tackler. But you don't want him running downfield with Jackie Harris.
So Brett Favre had a strong first half. And Elway in a catch-up posture, trailing 30-7. As Jackie will kick off, it'll be Derek Russell inside the 5. Russell out to the 20, 25, a flag on the play as he's tackled at the 27. So after Milburn fumbled that one kickoff, or I should say was stripped to that one kickoff by Teague, he hasn't been back there since.
Yeah, two surprises, I think. There's the penalty against Denver. 2 surprises, too, Gary. Milburn was not a factor in the first half. We thought he would be.
Holding, number 31, on the return, 10 yards from the end of the run, first down.
And the second thing, Brett Favre handled the blitz in the first half.
Not only Brett Favre, but the line did a very good job. And there's the numbers. You can see Favre, who did not have a touchdown or an interception last week. In fact, he hadn't thrown a touchdown pass in the last 2 games. Yeah. So the penalty moves the ball back to the 16. And that was intended for Vance Johnson. Pretty good coverage. Teague was over there. You know, it's something about guys like George Teague. They play big in big games. Remember the Sugar Bowl, the national championship game against Miami? They just expect to make big plays.
You're right. We talked to him yesterday. He is not intimidated at all about his opening start in the NFL. I mean, he was very anxious to play against John Elway.
Look at this. Average field position to Denver 49 in the first half for the Packers. That's not too bad. There's Johnson coming back, making the catch this time. Very close to the first down. Vance Johnson has been the go-to guy as far as Elway is concerned, and it will be a first down. Boy, this is the guy that if anybody can catch up, he can do it. And you know that was what Mike Holmgren was talking about at halftime. Milburn in the backfield. He's got the ball, and he'll be dropped. Milburn tackled by Wayne Simmons, the rookie who they're so excited about. He did a good job of stopping Milburn as he started to make his cut. And so the first down now will be at the 27-yard line. They did not have the first down a moment ago. I stand corrected. They were a yard short, and there they got the first down on Milburn.
You're standing on my toes, too. Would you move over a little bit?
First down, 10. Here is Shannon Sharpe, and Sharpe makes the catch just short of the 35-yard line.
Both the Sharpe brothers have very large and very strong hands. When you get the ball somewhere in their neighborhood, yeah, that's a good hand.
Those aren't scuba gloves, are they? Those look more like the other, but he hangs on there. Elway, a rifle, and the catch was made momentarily by Arthur Marshall, and then he was just jolted. I mean, hit by Terrell Buckley. Buckley separated him from the football. Buckley, their #1 draft pick a year ago, and he really powdered this one.
Yeah, Terrell Buckley, I mean, had a nice drive on the ball. I don't think that was a catch. They're claiming it was a catch and a fumble, at least the Packers are. But no, Terrell Buckley read the play perfectly, saw the slant. Now, Elway throws it with such velocity, you're not going to be able to knock it away. The best thing you can do is knock the receiver down.
Well, they called it a catch.
Oh, I don't know. Boy, I don't think he had possession at all.
Let's go back and look at it again.
Oh, yeah, you got kicked in the face there. And I guess they're saying down by contact.
Elway back. Taking off. Simmons is after him, and he goes down and picks up on the play 7 yards, just short of the 45-yard line.
Well, you can't waste any series when you're down 30-7. Generally, you're going to get 6 to 7 series and a half. And you're down 30-7. You've got to score on virtually every one of your series.
And they're in that hurry-up posture again, which works so effectively. Now a little confusion. Derek Russell be split with Johnson to the top of the field. 4 wideouts. Elway a lot of time and makes the connection to Shannon Sharpe again. Sharpe will be stopped short of the 45. Reggie White with a great effort. Let's look at it.
You know, he's an athletic guy. Reggie White, 295 pounds. I mean, he could still jump over some people. I mean, it makes him... We talked about him lifting the play of the team. If you're a defensive back, maybe you get a few more interceptions. You know, if you're a linebacker, you have more freedom. If you're a defensive lineman, you get single blocks from Reggie White.
Third down and a long two. Elway looking to Derek Russell. Has to get rid of it. He is hit hard, and the ball is up and deflected. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Johnson, and Mike Pryor was over there defending, but we have a flag back where Elway was hit at the 45-yard line.
Personal foul with a blow to the face. Number 36, 15 yards, first down.
That's Leroy Butler, the strong safety.
Well, that's 2 personal fouls that have kept drives alive for him. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah,
right,
it really is.
Right to the face.
It's a pretty good play here by Pryor. Adding it away, but of course the penalty now will set it up. First down, just short of the Packer 30. And the Packer faithful are a little uneasy right now as they see Elway starting the second half in this fashion.
You know, the opening drive is going to set it up. Instead, he'll have, 6 to 7 opportunities.
Flags everywhere as Milburn carries on to the left.
Flags on the play.
And he gets shoved backwards. He got to the 26-yard line before he was nailed there.
They really haven't been able to get Glenn Milburn out in the open spaces. You know, they want to match up with Milburn and a linebacker. They haven't been able to manufacture that matchup yet, Gary. They thought they could, and they thought they'd have a big advantage. But so far, Green Bay has done a great job
Illegal
of
motion.
stopping
Number
Milburn.
86 offense, 5 yards. Repeat first down.
That's Arthur Marshall making that miscue. He may be still a little bit shaken after that hit he took a while ago from Terrell Buckley. So the penalty moves it back. 1st and 15, just outside the 35 of Green Bay. 30-7, the Packers with the lead. 4 wideouts. Being flushed out, got rid of it, Shannon Sharpe, and Sharpe was tackled.
Flag on the play.
And another flag on the play. Elway that time had to get rid of it because Bryce Popp was after him.
Yeah, Bryce Popp is really coming off the corner now. If you're a defensive lineman, you know it's 30-7. You're coming after John Elway in the shotgun formation. But Popp, well, he is so quick upfield and just a persistent kind of guy.
Personal foul this time against Denver. That's 15 penalties tonight in this game. There's Popp, guy from Scranton, Iowa. He said, I got my work ethic from my parents.
Shot block on number 79 of the offense. 15 yards. Repeat first down.
Dave Waddell was the guy guilty of that.
Seems like every time Denver gets on prime time, there's a lot of penalties, you know?
Yep. But anyway, Popp was saying, I learned to be relentless, to keep coming 100 miles an hour because of the work ethic I learned growing up on the farm.
1st and 30.
First down now and 30 yards to go. And trying to set up a screen to Milburn, but he was knocked down.
Let's go back and look at that chop block on Reggie White, and I tell you, this is a dangerous play, and they should have called a personal foul. Because you're going to see he's engaged there.
Yep.
The other guy goes low. I mean, that's a bad play. I mean, you can blow out a guy's knee that way, and that is absolutely the right call.
Reggie just keeps coming, though, doesn't he? 2nd and 30. Elway with pressure coming, gets it off complete to Derek Russell, and Russell tackled short of the 35-yard line. Still got a long ways to go. That'll be a 14-yard gain. They have to reach the 20 to pick up a first down. 12 minutes left in the third. Denver in a catch-up situation in Elway, making the Packers a little uncomfortable as he starts the second half.
Third and 16.
Third down, 16. Buckley. You see the athleticism on that one. Terrell Buckley went up above Arthur Marshall. You talk about a vertical leap. He got up and made the play. A beautiful play by Buckley.
You know, Gary, you have to be very confident to play corner the NFL. And Buckley is. He's clearly very, very confident. You can talk to him. You can just sense that from him. But when you can make plays like that, I mean, that's the reason you are confident. Because you have the ability to knock it away at the last moment like that.
Well, on a 4th down and 16, Elway has them lined up again. Elway, Reggie White got him. And listen to this crowd. And so the man, the most sought-after free agent in the history of the National Football League, has impacted this game. A sack. On 4th down, the Packers will come back. They'll have the football.
This is Denver Bronco Rod Bernstein. He's very fast. This is a Subway cold cut combo meal.
It's really slow.
But it tastes great and costs only $2.99. This is Bronco Mike Kroll. This is a meatball sub. Mike can lift 300 pounds. Meatball sub cannot lift anything. It has no arms. But it does come with chips and a 22-ounce Pepsi for only $2.99.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Here are Rod and Mike trying to look just as good. For the subs, it comes more naturally. Subway $2.99 meal deals for limited time.
KYGO-FM gives away thousands in cash. Thousands up to $5,000 a day from FM 98.5 KYGO.
Good morning, Pearsonville Hubcaps. How are you this morning? If you need a hubcap, I have it.
At Bank One, we're doing whatever it takes to give you more choices in home equity loans and credit lines.
A 67 Mercury.
More choices in rates, terms, and repayment. So why do we offer so many choices in home equity?
You have to have a big assortment because you never know what they're going to call for next.
Bank One, whatever it takes.
It makes you feel good when you got something they need.
When looking for carpet, let's get right to the facts. Fact, with over 1 million yards of carpet in stock, Carpet Exchange has thousands of colors to choose from. Fact, Carpet Exchange will beat any price offered in the state. For wear dated carpets by Monsanto, it's Carpet Exchange. Our prices will floor you.
Ward Lucas and the I-Team. There's no substitute when you need answers.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Green Bay Packers and the National Football League is prohibited.
You know, we're back here, Gary, but watch here as we watch Reggie White on the sack. Now, at 4th and 16, you know, you can't single block Reggie White. And the Denver had a couple of options. They could have tried a long field goal, would have been over 50 yards, but in any event, you have to double team Reggie White in a situation like that.
It would have been about a 53-yarder. Now, Elam has kicked a 54-yarder this year. Favre giving off now to Bennett. Flag on the play as Bennett struggles to the 45-yard line. So they didn't get anything out of that drive. They had the ball a long time. It's going to be illegal use of the hands against Green Bay. But you go back to not trying that field goal. You need, what, 3 touchdowns and a field goal?
Yeah.
Holding, offense, number 52, 10 yards, repeat first down.
Well, you know, the Packers in the first half, Gary, ran the ball for 56 yards. I mean, this has not been a dominant running team, and Mike Holmgren freely admits, hey, we're still 2 years away from really being one of the top echelon teams, but they have not been able to run the ball well generally this season. And this is a type of game where you'd love to be able to grind out a few first downs and run some time off the clock.
Frank Winters, who started at center, was guilty of the holding call, and this time that play is snuffed out before he got started because Darrell Thompson was hit by Mecklenburg. Now, Mecklenburg then had a tough time against Harris, did a good job on the run there.
Yeah, but that's how you use Carl Mecklenburg, blitzing inside, making some stops. You don't want him running downfield on a very fast tight end. But this is what he does well. He has a feel for the game. He sees the guard pull, and as soon as the guard leaves, he comes up and stops the back of the backfield.
Loss of 8. Going to bring up second down now, and 28 yards to go. The line of scrimmage is 24.
The Packers have not turned the ball over tonight, Gary. That's another key reason they're up by 23 points.
They didn't last week either against Dallas. Here is Favre back. Going to run with it. And slide short of the 30-yard line, picking up 4 yards, maybe 5 on the play.
But, you know, that's a heads-up play. I mean, it looked a little funny, but you're leading by the 23 points. Don't force the ball over now. Don't, you know, it was third and forever. Don't make a mistake. I mean, Brett Favre is a competitive guy. I mean, he gives you that look right there. He looks like the guy that brings out your groceries from the store to your car.
Yeah.
But this is a very competitive and courageous guy, I think. And he's answered some questions, Gary, about the blitz.
He really has. And, of course, today, his 24th birthday. He'd like to have a birthday present with a victory. He's got a 3rd and 23 now. Setting up a screen, and he threw that one to Mike Kroll, and Kroll takes it in for 6.
You know, Favre is complaining, and he has the right because his receiver was held. The screen back was grabbed, I think, Gary.
Boy, that's too easy for Kroll. Watch this.
You know, you can't give him an easy score. But I thought 34 Edgar Bennett, who was the screen back, got held here. And I was wrong. Well, no, Dronette got him a little bit. Dronette got him a little bit there. But that was just an easy interception for Mike Kroll.
22 yards, and that gets Denver right back into this one.
Yeah, that's what Favre was arguing about, that Bennett was held.
So Kroll adds 6, and now point after attempt is good by Elam. 30-14, and the crowd's gotten very quiet here at the 9:46 mark of the third quarter. Kroll, that outstanding speed, takes it in.
Hey, early again, huh, Frank?
I don't say this to many people. But what we do, the job we do,
Okay, guys, listen up.
is the most important job I can think of.
You've got a flight control check. Lewis and Randolph.
I mean, there's no such thing as a B-plus mechanic on this airline.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Everybody knows their job. Everybody's responsible. Anybody, right down to the most junior mechanic, can keep an airplane in this hangar if there's the slightest hint of a problem. You might think doing a job like this, day in, day out, it'd become routine. You know, just turning wrenches. But every now and then, I just go up and take a walk through the terminal. And right there, right in front of you, you see what's important.
The new four-wheel drive 175 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo. It's the vehicle some of you have been waiting for a long time. The Isuzu Rodeo, practically amazing.
Let's go back to the interception that Mike Kroll had for the touchdown. Watch number 99, Dronette, hold right there. Right there. You're going to see him holding with his arm Edgar Bennett. And that was what Favre was complaining about. Now, the ball may have been intercepted anyway, but Dronette did get his big old paw and held Bennett.
Elam kicking off. Packers a little concerned about onside. They had one kicked against them last week in Dallas. And then a nice fielding effort that time by Darrell Thompson. It was a hot one to handle, and he brings it out to the 31-yard line. So it's now 30-14 with 9:38 to go in the third quarter.
Well, Gary, this has really been a game of field position, too, and Green Bay has had superb field position all game.
Looking ahead to the Georgia Dome on Thursday, a special edition of the NFL on TNT. The Rams and Falcons, 7 o'clock Eastern with the stadium show, 7:30 the kickoff. We have now the line of scrimmage to 31. Thompson's come out of the lineup now. Last second replacement. They have only one running back. That's Bennett. Here is Bennett. And Bennett got a yard. You can see this team starting to pivot now.
Yeah, 16-point game. Now, you can't get too conservative. The Packers are not a dominant running football team. And Mike Holmgren has to be able to manufacture some first downs. Don't be afraid to throw the ball. They came out very aggressively early in the game. They got the ball to Sterling Sharpe. They've kind of got, and then they threw the ball to Jackie Harris. You know, get those guys back involved in the game plan.
They've carried the ball 21 times for 54 yards, the Packers have, as they come to a 2nd and 9. Thompson's come back into the running back department. They think he can get outside for him. Sterling Sharpe in motion. Hard play action didn't fool anybody, particularly Kroll, and the chase is on, and he gets rid of it. There'll be no grounding because he was able to get outside. The tight ends run to the near side, pressure coming, and got it near the line of scrimmage. So there's no intentional grounding this year because of that new rule, and that came at a good time for Brett Favre because he had nobody over there.
Yeah, it may not be a penalty, but I want to tell you, Brett Favre took one heck of a shot. Now, you're not going to outrun Mike Kroll too often, I promise you. This guy just ran back an interception for a touchdown, but he took a pretty good shot on his shoulder, on his knee, on his wrist.
Kroll, you know, was the sprint champion in high school in New England.
Favre will believe you right now.
Yep. 3rd down and 9.
Big play here for Green Bay.
And they didn't fool anybody. Marcus Wilson, who's in the game for the first time, number 29, and the Packer fans do not like that conservative call, and they're going to have to punt the football.
Yeah, and the Denver defense certainly did their job. Now it's up, you know, the Denver defense has played well at times. The offense has struggled. Maybe the special teams. Maybe it's Milburn. Maybe it's a block punt. Special teams has to do something special for Denver now.
Football will be Brian Wagner. Rush put on. Lilo Lang got pretty close to him. Milburn coming over. He's going to return it. And Milburn tackled instantaneously. Robert Brooks was down there very quickly. Also an assist on the play. And it'll be a 39-yard punt, a 4-yard return. That was Doug Evans who helped on that stop. So Holmgren special teams covered it very well.
The new 4-wheel drive 175 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo. It's the vehicle some of you have been waiting for a long time. The Isuzu Rodeo, practically amazing.
Pittsburgh, legendary for tough steel, is legendary for an even tougher paint. Pittsburgh paints. Paints that smooth on easily, cover completely, and dry quickly to a lasting sheen. You put a lot of pride into your home. Protect it with a paint legendary for toughness. Pittsburgh paints. You work too hard to paint with anything less.
Some brewers look out their windows and see skyscrapers. Some don't.
As I mentioned a while ago, you see this game starting to turn, that momentum starting to switch in favor of Denver.
Well, you know, Green Bay has not gotten a pass to Sterling Sharpe since the first quarter. And now it's a 16-point game, you know, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And Denver clearly gets back in this football game. But that's the guy for Green Bay, Sharpe, Sterling Sharpe, that has to get the ball back in his hands.
Well, it was all Sterling. Then Shannon has started to catch some footballs for the Denver Broncos. Denver will start this drive from their own 32. You see the time remaining and the score. Team is in the backfield, 3 wideouts. Over the middle, complete to Derek Russell, and Russell's able to carry that ball far enough for the first down. His forward progress is going to be marked at the 43. No huddle there. Coming at him in a hurry. A 12-yard pickup on the play. Nope, here they go in the huddle.
Oh, they faked you out again.
Yep, started.
So
then they
fake the no huddle, then huddle up.
Now they've got Kimbrell in the ball game again, number 80, and the Packers have to watch him. He's their fastest wideout. He split to the top of the field. Quickly released. Bernstein. He dropped a couple. He had one high, this one a little low, and couldn't hang on.
Say though, up until this game, John Elway was really in rhythm, throwing for a 67% completion average. You know, the receivers didn't have to adjust much, but tonight he's throwing the ball a little bit in front of guys, a little bit behind, high and low. The receivers are having to adjust more for the ball tonight than they have in their previous 4 games.
He's at 56% right now. Second down and 10. This time, Bernstein hangs on, breaks the tackle, breaks another one, and he got a first down. That's a very resourceful run by Bernstein. Ends up being a 13-yard gain. This guy coming over from San Diego has had some big days. His biggest problem is just staying healthy.
Yeah, but you're right. But he is a big target. I mean, this guy is 6'3", comes out of the backfield, and you think a little guy out of the backfield will just dump him the ball, he'll get tackled. But this is what Denver has done. They throw it for 5, and they pick up 15. When they've been successful this year, that's what they've done.
First down at the 43. Elway being flushed out. Matt Brock fell down trying to give chase, and they gave Elway a little more time, then he just throws it away.
I'd say I'm really surprised about the Denver receivers have not done much for John Elway on scrambles. I mean, very few guys are working back to him. Ordinarily, one guy goes deep. I haven't seen anybody go deep in the Denver offense on the scramble, but he's not getting any help when he's out there in the scramble.
Second and 10.
There he is, Mike Holmgren, showing his soccer skills.
Second down and 10 from the 42. They get the 43. Again, and are they going to give Johnson the catch? Yes, they will. He had it long enough. Vance Johnson makes the catch just short of the 35 at the 36-yard line.
And he may be cramping up. Say, this ball is in the air for a long time for an 8-yard gain, though.
Well, on the Packers 36.
So that is a perfect throw, and Vance Johnson has worked the sidelines. He's worked the end zone awfully well tonight.
That's what he's got. When you start pulling those toes up, you know it's cramping problem. Third down now, 3. The late handoff to Bernstein. Bernstein's got the first down. He is 6'3", weighs close to 240 pounds. First down run to the 30.
Gary, you're right. The momentum of this game has clearly changed. It's a 16-point game, so they're thinking about the 2 touchdowns and the field goal for Denver. And that's the guy they need back, Vance Johnson, because he has had a brilliant night receiving the ball. He caught a touchdown. Has worked the outside routes very, very well.
Sean Patterson comes in to give somebody a blow on the defensive line. They're having to do a lot of pass rushing right now in this quarter. First down for the 30. 6:04 left in the third. Elway to Arthur Marshall, and Marshall has another first down. This will be at the 17-yard line. The free agent fine from a year ago.
Great protection and wonderful patience there by John Elway. I mean, there were bodies flying around, but he just hung in there. He kind of glanced left, felt that he wasn't going to get sacked, and then he drilled the ball. I mean, that was a very patient throw by John Elway.
First down. 258 yards passing right now for Elway. On the far side, Kimbrell. And it's broken up. And that's a fine play by Muhammad Oliver. Kimbrell looked like he was going to make the catch, and Oliver, the guy who has been thrown into the battle zone, as the coaches were saying, his first action was equal to the task.
Yeah, number 25 there is Oliver. And Ray Rhodes, the defensive coordinator for Green Bay, said, hey, you know, we're not sure how well he's going to play, but he has played very well this evening. It was one of the keys to the game, according to Ray Rhodes.
He was high jump 7'1" when he was into the decathlon. Second and 10. Milburn in the open field. There's that little nifty move that we've seen so often in tape this week. And he takes it to the 15-yard line. Say, what's happening, Pat, is the defense of the Packers have to run a lot and really being stretched.
Well, you're right, and they're rushing the passer a lot. The Denver Broncos have only rushed. They have only rushed 10 times. But this is what they want to do with Milburn. They want him out there on the periphery of the defense, where he can make some guys look foolish.
Simmons, Oliver makes a stop, 3rd down 7. Elway, a rifle. He hums that one complete to Shannon Sharpe, and that ball was thrown on a line. I mean, it got there in a hurry. A 12-yard gain, 1st and goal.
The thing about that particular throw, that's an important throw. 3rd and 7. Shannon Sharpe, first of all, ran the right distance. And then he came open at the right time, Gary. You know, a lot of receivers on 3rd downs come open either too early or too late, but it was a perfectly timed route by Shannon Sharpe when Elway was ready to deliver the ball.
So the other Sharpe now is getting all the activity.
Now, we get a ball game here now.
Yep. 1st and goal at the 3. Bernstein driving for the goal line. Didn't get very far. Looked like he wanted to take off and got short-circuited that time and could not go any further. Give credit to Wayne Simmons, the rookie. It'll bring up 2nd and goal there.
Remember, again, it's 16-point game. Denver needs 2 touchdowns and a field goal. The defense has to shut out Green Bay the rest of the way. But right now with this drive, Denver is thinking we want to cap this thing off with a touchdown. Not settling for the field goal here, even though they're going to need one goal.
Ricky Gilbert-Brown is coming to the goal line defense. 2nd and goal from the 2. Bernstein again diving, lunging, and touchdown, Denver.
That was a heck of a lunge by Bernstein. I mean, that wasn't blocked for a touchdown. He stretched it for a touchdown.
It was 30-7 and now 30-20.
Watch George Kuntz, number 53, trying to make a play, but just a little late. Didn't get up early enough because somebody was hanging around his feet. He couldn't jump to meet the oncoming Rod Bernstein.
So Bernstein, after not getting it in the previous play, does this time. Boy, this game has really changed, and everyone is just still right now. It's quiet here in Lambeau Field. Elam's point after makes it a 30-21 game. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Hi, I'm Mike Naughton with the biggest offer in the country on America's best-selling car, the Ford Taurus. It's a simple $3,000 offer. Buy any new Ford Taurus from me, and I'll give you $3,000. No exceptions, no gimmicks, and everyone qualifies. That's $3,000 cash back to you. Choose from over 60 of them. It's my year-end total Taurus sell-off, with $3,000 cash in your pocket or to use as your down payment. While they last at Mike Naughton Ford.
Miller Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace stock car. See it. Hear it. Feel it. Catch it, if you can.
First, the Rocky Mountain News raised their daily price to 35 cents, then dropped their Sunday price to 25 cents, which soon went back up to 75 cents. So, while their prices keep going up and down and all around, you're the one who's getting strung along. Get the Post for just 95 cents a week and Sundays free. You'll get bigger sports, better entertainment, and twice the great jobs. Plus that famous guaranteed 6 a.m. delivery and Sundays free. It's bigger, it's better, it's free. Call 832-3232 for details.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. We'll send you back to Lambeau, where suddenly we've got ourselves a game once again, folks, in just a second. First, it's time for the Isuzu Play of the Day, and it comes from Sun Devil Stadium, where the Cardinals were taking on the Patriots, and where Kevin Turner was almost stopped and gave the ball up to Leonard Russell. This is late in the game. This play is going to cover 82 yards and set up the game-winning touchdown for the Patriots, who won their first game today. That's the Isuzu Practically Amazing Play of the Day. We send you back to Gary and Pat at Lambeau.
All right, Ernie, thank you. Bill Parcells picking up that victory in Tempe, Arizona. Kicked along the ground. Going to be fielded now by Brooks. And Brooks will bring it out to the 35-yard line. And you wonder now if Elam has some leg problems or what.
I don't understand that kick. He's done that twice now. and Green Bay has converted it to very good field position.
When we come back, I think the big question right now is the Packers. Will they go back and play with a flair or stay conservative?
The new four-wheel drive 175 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo. It's the vehicle some of you have been waiting for a long time. The Isuzu Rodeo, practically amazing.
Time to paint. Which paint has the colors you want? Which paint smooths on easily, dries quickly, evenly? Which paint lasts? Over a century of experience in every can. Tough, durable, a leader. Which paint? This paint. Pittsburgh Paints. You work too hard to paint with anything less.
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bullet. The only way to chill.
Well, it's been a fast start by the Packers, and now a tremendous comeback here by Denver. They trail at halftime 30-7. 14 unanswered points in the third, and one of the reasons this guy, Shannon Sharpe, he now has 5 catches. His brother was 6 in their battle to win the catching derby this year. Now, will the Packers get Sterling Sharpe involved again? He's been very quiet. They've had, thus far in the second half, 6 plays from the line of scrimmage. And there's the answer. And almost picked off.
Oh, that was the one we were talking about.
Tyrone Braxton, he was just waiting, wasn't he?
That was the one. We said early in the ball game that Tyrone Braxton was going to bait Brett Favre and make Favre believe that Sharpe was going to be wide open. And then as soon as he went into delivery, he was going to drive on it and intercept the ball. Well, he did everything but catch it.
So the Packers now looking for something to get them going again. Favre this quarter, this half, is 0 for 3 and has 1 interception.
Gary, well, I think once a team goes into a shell and gets conservative, it's very hard to get back to that swashbuckling kind of style that got you the big lead. It's hard for teams to turn it back on.
Well, they're going to have to do it. As Favre completes it out of Harris. That's the guy that was having such a big first half. 3 for 117. And he tightrope walked that far sideline and got quite a bit of yardage. Now, where are they going to mark it? No, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Back at the 37. He did go out of bounds there. Well, Shannon and Sterling have their mother Mary here. And wonder, how does she do that? Who do you root for in a circumstance like this?
She's rooting for the tie, I guess.
These two guys were a lot of fun. They were going after each other hot and heavy, weren't they?
Talk to each other every day, they said. Rarely about football. Just about a bunch of...
That's startling, isn't it? 8 plays, no yards, 3rd and 9. Well, there's some yards. Sterling Sharpe trying to break tackles. That's what he does so well. He's so strong, but they stop him short. It'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, this game is completely changed. Denver's defense has done their job again. And now we have a 9-point game and a very confident Denver offense, which, except for a fake punt, is going to get the ball here in a moment.
Wagner to punt to Milburn. Remember now, Kansas City winning today. Denver needs to win to keep pace to stay in a tie for first in the AFC West. Beautiful punt. Let's see if it stays in. Not too much. And that'll be a touchback, bringing it out to the 20. That ends up being a 56-yarder, but they lose 20 on the net. So for Pat Hayden, I'm Gary Bender. We have 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in the third quarter. It's been a game of halves. As the Packers jumped out on top, they had a 17-0 lead after 1 quarter, 30-7 at half, and now have a 9-point lead, 30-21. The momentum has switched, and John Elway, who's so good at catch-up football, now will start this drive from the 20-yard line before the sellout crowd in historic Lambeau Field. Our side, and Vance Johnson again. He's just wearing the Packers out. 11-yard play.
Yeah, you know, Vance Johnson, you have to feel that he's just trying to set some guys up. Now, the Packers are playing a zone defense, so it's hard to beat him deep. But Vance Johnson has run that little square out a good 4 times tonight for receptions.
You know, in the first quarter, Pat, the Packers had the ball, what, 12 minutes and 50 seconds? Their defense has been on the entire third quarter.
And they're rushing the passer an awful lot. Denver has not run the ball much.
First down. Elway to Bernstein. Bernstein, guy they're hitting up the seam now as Johnny Holland made the stop there. Boy, this is methodical and very effective right now by Denver.
Well, this new high percentage passes that they're throwing. And Shannon Sharpe here can not only catch the ball, but he'll clear out a little bit of a zone there for Bernstein behind him. So, you know, if you take away Shannon Sharpe, there's big old Rod Bernstein behind you to catch the ball.
Minute 36 left in this quarter. A long quarter for the Packers. Looks like they may be blitzing. They pull the safeties up. Here they come. And they got it pulled off. Reggie White is there. They blocked the blitz, but they didn't block number 92.
Well, you better block number 92, or some things like that are going to happen. Now, Reggie White doesn't have to make a bunch of sacks to have an impact on a game. I mean, if you double him, somebody else is going to make a sack. Here they have a blitz. He comes clean because the offensive lineman picked up the blitzman, and Reggie White gets the help from his teammate, but he's had a nice evening tonight.
Third down now, and 6 yards to go. The loss back inside the 35. Elway with White coming after him, up and deep, and caught by Vance Johnson. He looked like he bobbled the ball for a stride, but great concentration. He latches onto it. 49-yard completion.
Gary, what were we just talking about? We're talking about Vance Johnson running those little out routes. First, Reggie White puts a little pressure on the hit on John Elway. But this is a game of setup. Vance Johnson makes a wonderful catch here, but that was set up, Gary, by those 4 little out routes he had run, and then he blows right by Oliver to make the catch.
How's this for some numbers? 9 catches, 139 yards for Vance. Wow. Over 300 yards passing for Elway, 21st of his career. Melbourne will be split for a loss, and that's going to be Matt Brock, the big, strong man who started the last 3 years at left defensive end and moved over to the other side when they acquired Reggie White.
You know, John Elway now has, what, 5 straight games where, 5 straight games where he's had over 20 completions. First time he's ever done that.
340 yards. His 21st career 300-yard game, and he's not done yet. We still have a quarter to go.
More Americans trust Napa for everything they need to keep their vehicles running and to help them save, too. Get this Napa Power Battery for just $29.99 after rebate. An Evercraft 30-piece socket set is just $14.99. And a 3-pack of STP gas treatment is a low $1.99. So run into your nearest Napa Auto Parts store today.
We keep America running. We keep America running.
He's in Manhattan on Wednesday. Frankfurt on Thursday. Paris, Rome, and Vienna after that. He believes it's better to do business across a table than over a fax machine. This year, he'll fly more than 100,000 miles with us. Because he knows nobody understands him better than we do. At Delta, when we say we love to fly and it shows, this is where it shows.
Airline miles.
I got frequent flyer miles.
One more business trip. And I'm in the Caribbean.
Now Holiday Inn guests can get miles with Delta, Northwest, and United Airlines at over 1,700 hotels worldwide.
Miles with Delta. Northwest. I fly United.
Stay at Holiday Inn. And whether you fly or drive, you'll come miles closer to a great vacation.
All that traveling, and I finally arrived.
Get frequent flyer miles with Delta, Northwest, and United Airlines at Holiday Inn.
30-21, and John Elway has been such an outstanding catch-up quarterback. 31 times he's come from behind in the fourth quarter. That's an NFL record. And down by 9, he has to score twice as we have 15 minutes to go. And there's the graphic. And he didn't win all of them. He tied one.
Yeah. But if you're a Green Bay fan, flip it over. I mean, Green Bay has got to come out of the shell and get something production going in their passing game.
We come back, 2nd and 13. A lot of time, and Del Pino makes the catch, scrambles forward to the 15. A little low. He caught it off his shoe tops. Did a nice job getting a gain of 5 yards on the play.
And Elway's upset with himself there, Gary, because if Del Pino doesn't have to adjust for that ball, he picks up the first down easily because he's got some momentum. He's going forward. There's nobody in front of him, but he had to slow down to catch it.
Packers making some changes up front. A little confusion in that defensive line.
And this was going on away from the action.
Oh,
yeah, these guys going after one another. Yeah.
Going to go 15 rounds.
Yeah. Oh.
Derek Russell and Terrell Buckley.
The lightweight.
3rd down and 9. Blitz coming and catching up beautifully. The blitz was up the middle by Leroy Butler.
You know, I saw the blitz coming, Gary. I thought it was going to be late. And Russell's still going after it in the flyweight division over there. I thought the blitz was going to get there too late. But I tell you, Leroy Butler did a wonderful job of getting the paws up.
Butler applying the pressure.
Of getting his paws up and knocking it down.
Well, they're trying to sort it out on the far side. I don't think there's a flag over there, is there? I think they're just milling around trying to sort it out. I do not see a yellow flag. He may have picked it up. There, he's got it in his hand.
Yeah.
Well, that was set up, as you mentioned, the previous play. Kind of got those fisticuffs or whatever you want to call them. Let's listen to Larry Nemmers.
Okay.
It'll be a 4th and 9 before this penalty.
We have a personal foul for unnecessary roughness. Number 85. After the pass was incomplete, we're going to go 15 yards from the previous spot.
Wow.
And still 4th down. The down
That
count.
really changes your field goal, huh?
It sure does.
Well, Derek Russell had started that the previous play.
Wow, let's go back to the previous play before the penalty. Watch the inside blitz by number 36. Now, Butler is the strong safety. He's not a linebacker. Got kind of a late start, but timed it jump perfectly and saved the play. And then it was down the field, the personal foul on Derek Russell.
This will be a 47-yard attempt by Jason Nealon. Now, he's hit one from 54. And Russell is getting an earful from Wade Phillips. Got enough distance. He got it. So they needed 2 scores, and they got one of them. And they continue to climb closer, trailing 30-7.5. And now this team from the Mile High Stadium has cut it to 6 points.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud, Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
No matter how uncomfortable life may get, with ribbed whites from Fruit of the Loom, at least your underwear will be comfortable.
Linda, will you?
They don't just look good. They're made to hug your body.
Linda?
To move with you. Some things are bound to make you uncomfortable. With ribbed whites,
Linda,
your underwear will never be one of them. Ribbed whites from Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
marry me.
This Camel system is so adaptive, it can travel 50 miles in desert heat without taking fluid, making it one of the world's most dependable animals. This automobile system is so adaptive that if necessary for your safety, it is engineered to travel 50 miles in desert heat without a single drop of coolant, which might also tell you something about its dependability. The Seville STS with the North Star system by Cadillac, creating a higher standard.
Well, can John Elway do it again? As you know, he has 20-something come from behind wins in the 4th quarter for the Denver Broncos, and he's got a chance here to do it again. By the way, after the ball game, Pat Swilling of the Detroit Lions and Kevin Colley and I will be here on the Stadium Show. We'll be talking to the stars of the game, probably John Elway, among others. So we hope you'll join us right after this one for the Stadium Show. Back to you, fellas.
Okay, Bob, thank you very much. As Elam now, after that 47-yard field goal, gets into this one. to be taken by Darrell Thompson. And Thompson, who had a return of 42 yards last week against Dallas on a kickoff, brings it out to the 22. So now Brett Favre somehow has to get this offense going again. It's been totally dormant in the second half.
And think about it, though, when they've been successful, what have they done? They've thrown the ball to Sterling Sharpe to start a drive. And then when Denver has responded, then they've gotten the ball to Jackie Harris. So if you're trying to, get something going, you maybe start with those two receivers.
They come out this time with two backs in the backfield, Thompson and Bennett. Sharpe will come in motion. Favre to Sterling Sharpe, and that's the way to begin, as that will be a catch out to the 23-yard line. And maybe that'll get him started now as he picks up 5 on the play.
Yeah, right now Green Bay is looking for anything to get some momentum back. That starts it. Just think about a first down, right? Now think about the next play. Get the 5 yards you need for the first down, and then you maybe have something to build on.
Second down, let's make it officially 4 yards to go. Again, goes back to Scott, going to the big playmaker. He makes a big play, and he gets the first down. He is so good running with the ball after the catch. A 16-yard gain, so go back to the guy that started the fireworks way back in the first quarter.
And Braxton was playing way off again, maybe trying to bait Favre, but that was a fake. I think he thought he was going deep. I'm talking about Braxton. But he is extremely tough for a defensive back to tackle by himself.
Sterling Sharpe, 9 catches, 65 yards as he and Braxton continue their confrontation. That is the initial first down of this half for the Packers, believe it or not. And there's a handoff. Good effort by Bennett. Bouncing off of people, staying on his feet, and getting to the 49-yard line. That's 5 hard-earned yards.
Yeah, I think you heard the hit, and I believe it was Steve Atwater, which is no great surprise. When Atwater and Smith, those safeties for Denver, hit you, you got to feel it. This is still, the Denver Broncos are still a defense dominated by safeties. There's free and strong safeties, and they try to funnel everything inside to those two guys.
Clayton comes split to the near side, Sharpe to the top of the field. Flag on the play. Favre slipping and sliding as he comes running out of there to the 40, to the 35. He's on his way to the 20, 15, and is tackled. Now, how was that for a run? 39 yards by Brett Favre. But let's find out if it's going to hold because of the flag that was thrown early.
Yeah, he looks like a guy who loves, loves to play the game, doesn't he?
He had a little move,
open,
a little shake and bake over there, wasn't there? Oh, they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
39-yard run for naught. I like the flair of Brett Favre, though.
Illegal formation. Number 68 was lined up in the backfield. 5 yards. Repeat second down.
That is Joe Sims.
Here's the, he plays every play like it's for the high school championship. Here it is. Whoa! That doesn't fake too many guys out. It doesn't,
especially Atwater.
No. Atwater said, just get out.
Boy, that kills you. You got a guy lined up wrong. Joe Sims, who is starting, he's been hurt. He got hurt in the preseason, so Tootie Robbins had been the starter at that tackle, and Robbins is hurt, so Sims is back in, and that is a costly penalty. 39-yard gain is wiped off the board. Instead, they're now back inside their own 45 on a second down and 10 yards to go.
Now, Green Bay has been a good screen team this year, but not tonight. They haven't really thrown many screens.
Thompson comes in motion. Favre, and that could have been picked up by Dronette. Shane Dronette with a big interception. They always talk about him getting his hands up, deflecting the ball. He seems to have an instinctive way of doing it. Well, he got more than deflection. He got an interception.
Yeah, Dronette in his second year has made a couple of big plays. Remember on the interception to Kroll? He read it, and he held on Edgar Bennett. This time, he makes the interception all to himself. He was on a little stun, actually. He saw the quick pass going to Bennett, and he makes a nice move for a 275-pound guy, and he gives you his little Brent Favre move.
Yeah, Favre almost leg whipped him down there. Second-round draft pick out of Texas a year ago.
Hard to get that back once you go conservative on offense, Gary.
Number 37, first down, play action, pressure coming. And that's going to be broken up. The intended receivers, Derek Russell, and give Leroy Bennett a real pat on the back there. He had a collision and was right with Russell on the play all the way.
Yeah, well, Ray Rhodes was saying about Butler is that when we put our defensive game plan together, we're always looking for a way to get him involved. 65 in the left part of the screen is Zimmerman, who blocks Brock, trips Brock. That allows Elway to step up. But a wonderful play there by Leroy Butler, the strong safety.
As Ray Rhodes said, he's Pro Bowl caliber, he thinks. Leroy Butler, second down 10. Coming in on the blitz. Elway taking his time with it. He's going to run with it to the far side. Gets it off to Shannon Sharpe, and Sharpe will be stopped inside the 30, about a yard short of the first down.
You know, we said at the beginning of the broadcast, the Broncos were going to show Favre the blitz early and try to confuse it. But when you show the blitz too early to John Elway, as Green Bay did there, I mean, he's going to hurt you. I mean, he's going to audible right there, which he did to kind of almost an option play, because the blitz was shown too early by the Green Bay defense, and now he finds himself in a 3rd and 2.
Look at this on this. 30 completions, 50 attempts, career records of he just continues. He has tied the records already with 11:03 left in the game. Here is Milburn, and Milburn hit hard. He was belted that time by Terrell Buckley, and that may have stopped the first down run. It did. It's going to bring up a 4th down. He stopped him, I believe he did, short of the first down.
Gary, I'm not sure you run Glenn Milburn on a critical 3rd and 2. You know, he's a very effective guy, but at 177 pounds, he's not a good inside tackle-to-tackle runner. I mean, his strength is out in the open field, not in the short yardage runs.
Here we go on 4th down. They're 0 for 2 tonight and 0 for 4 in the season on 4th down. A penalty flag. Buckley and Vance Johnson were tangled up. It's either going to be Green Bay's football or the penalty goes against them. The Broncos could keep this drive going, and it is against the Packers. That's against Buckley. 20th penalty of the game tonight.
Top of the screen there to Buckley. Buckley's 27.
Holding. Defense on the cornerback. 5 yards. Automatic first down.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Boy, that's a big play, Pat. That was 4th down. They had the ball. Now it's first down at the 24.
You know, with 10-16, though, I was just a little confused why Denver didn't attempt a field goal, Gary.
They're down 30 to 24. 10-16 left in the game. Elway, completion to Vance Johnson. And Johnson is very close to the first down inside the 15-yard line. Well, he's in double figures catch-wise tonight.
This game was turned around by the interception in the second half by Mike Kroll, who ran it in for a touchdown. A second interception right now that was made just a moment ago by Shane Dronette may give Denver the chance to go on top here for the first time.
Well, as the defense was much maligned, it was 28th in the NFL coming in here against passing. But it's done the job, and we're going to measure it and see if they got the first down.
You know, the other thing, too, give Charlie Waters some credit talking about Denver's defense. If you notice this second half, they've gotten away from Carl Mecklenburg on Jackie Harris. Those are the big plays that hurt him in the first half, but they have made the adjustments. He's not hurt him big time in the second half.
Well, they're short of the first down. Second down, less than a yard to go. Down by 6 to Denver. Completes it to Russell. He's got the first down. You can hear the pop all the way up here. Forward progress to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Muhammad Oliver is over there again, and Russell is shaken up on the play.
I don't blame him. I mean, you could hear the pop up here.
This is what the coaches were saying about Derek Russell. He is so tough. He goes after people, and they feel they're going to hear a lot about him in the years ahead, that he will be one of the quality players in the NFL.
Well, you know, every team, every offensive team needs guys who can take short passes and go the distance. And he's got that kind of speed. And I think he was just cramping up, it looked like again, but he took a thunderous hit.
So Oliver and Butler got him, and Russell will go out. It is a first. Well, they can get a first and goal at about the 6-inch line. They're just outside the 10.
I think it's about the 5-inch line.
The 5-inch? Okay, I'll give you that. Always have to have another, you know.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is, yeah.
No, I think it's 3.
3. Just like you, changing your story again. Okay, now the Denver defense did their job, right? Now it's time for Green Bay's defense. They're still leading by 6 points. Play like a leader right now. Force that turnover, fumble, interception.
Marshall will come in to replace Russell. Here's a pass completion. Shannon Sharpe. Good defense that time by George Teague. Teague has been equal to his starting task tonight. He has acquitted himself very well.
Yeah, he's going to start a lot of games in the National Football League. Wasn't intimidated, felt like he should be playing and starting, and he's played well tonight. Special teams and on defense.
From the national champions, the Crimson Tide of Alabama, they gained very little, maybe a half yard on the play. Second down. Again, Denver down by 6, 8:52 to go. Timeout for the Broncos, so they'll have 2 remaining. Stops the clock with 8:50 as this comeback by the Broncos has come from a long ways. They were down 30-7 at half and now have cut it to 30-24. And Elway, one of his patented come-from-behind efforts. And we'll be back to see if he can complete it.
You know, I run into people all the time that have never shopped at a Men's Wearhouse store, and I say the same thing to everybody. We offer many of the same brands, the same designers as you'll find in department stores at 20 to 30% less every day. Give us 1 minute. Just come into our store and look at the labels and look at the prices for 60 seconds, and you'll become a Men's Wearhouse customer. I guarantee it.
In Aurora, Boulder, Cherry Creek North, Highlands Ranch, Westminster, and Lakewood.
It comes specially equipped with dual airbags, cruise control, air conditioning, 4-speaker AM/FM cassette stereo, and power accessories like luxury sedans costing twice the money. The 1994 Nissan Altima GXE. It not only defines what a luxury car should be, it redefines what a luxury car should cost. Lease the Altima for just $750 down and $229 a month for 36 months.
Round the Corner has 20 exciting burgers, like the Big 8, Colorado's all-American burger. All our gourmet burgers are charbroiled and made fresh to order. Even the Au Naturel serves undressed except for lettuce, tomato, and onion. And they're all topped with the finest ingredients, including the Aspen Mountain Burger, an Aspen original with melted Swiss, mushroom sauce, and sour cream. Round the Corner restaurants, 20 great burgers and more at family-friendly prices.
Thursday night, the NFL on TNT. A special aerial event of brutal consequences. 2 teams air out their differences. Rams, Falcons, special night, Thursday, 7:30 Eastern on TNT.
We come back after the timeout for the Broncos. They have second down, virtually 10 yards to go. The blitz is coming. Elway gets rid of it. And it's incomplete. Teague and Marshall hand fighting on the near side. There's no flag. It'll bring up a third down.
You know, I think Elway may have rushed himself there. You felt the blitz, but he got very good protection. He had a chance to hang on and wait maybe for his receiver to break open right at the last moment. But yeah, just some miscommunication. Now watch the blitz. You're going to see some guys coming. Everybody knows it's coming, and they pick it up. Milburn picks up his guy.
Mike Pryor came through. Third down. 9 yards to go. Elway has White in his face, throws it, incomplete. Too tall, intended for Derek Russell, who had come back into the ball game after suffering a muscle cramp. So now fourth down.
Well, you know, they've gone for four. That made sense. They went for 4th and 16 once, then they went on a 4th and 2, but now they're going for the field goal. It's a 6-point game right now, so And still plenty of time with 8:39 remaining.
When Elway's in, there's a lot of time.
No, it is.
And so Elam will come in and attempt the field goal.
Elam will do the kicking.
28-yard attempt. Tommy Maddox, the backup quarterback, the holder, and the kick by Elam is up. There's a flag on the play. The kick is good, but let's see if it stays. Now they're going to have to kick it again. 10-yard penalty, and so that will make it a 38-yard attempt.
Offense, number 94, holding, 10 yards, repeat 4th down.
That was Jeff Robinson. He's a rookie out of Idaho. There he is. He's the guy that does the snapping and also plays defensive end. That's 12 penalties against the Broncos for 107 yards.
How do you keep track of all this stuff?
Oh, I
it's
tell
incredible.
you. Roger Riley, our statistician, is razor sharp. 36-yard attempt, what this is going to be. The kick is up this time, and Elam is able to get it again. And no flag, and we have a 3-point game. 8:31 left in the 4th quarter. And the Broncos continue to inch a lot closer.
Standard set by the federal government requires that a car with 2 airbags must help protect 2 passengers, ignoring the center seat passenger. The higher standard in the all-new DeVille by Cadillac, an air bank system which provides supplemental protection for not 1, not 2, but all 3 front seat passengers. The air bank system in the new V8-powered DeVille by Cadillac, creating a higher standard.
You know, there's one thing that most sporting events have in common. When you see this R, the player's wearing a Russell Athletic NFL Pro Line jersey.
Hi, Warren. Hey, Joe.
Russell Athletic is also the official uniform supplier of Major League Baseball. They even have it in most major college and high school teams. In fact, Russell Athletic even makes great sweats and tees for the rest of us. Unfortunately, not everybody's gotten to work.
Russell Athletic. It's everything we make that makes our sweats and tees so great.
The Cheese State and the Cheesehead here in the Lambeau Field area as the Packers, who had led 30-7, now lead 30-27.
Yeah. Now, first of all, where do you get those, Gary? You lived in this state for a while. Is that cheddar or Sharpe, or what kind of cheese is that?
I think that's probably Swiss.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's Swiss cheese. I know your family would love to have one. You can put it on the plane, take it back to Los Angeles.
I'd be big. That's a nice hat.
Elam kicking off. Going to be returned by Thompson. Thompson out to the 20, and that's as far as it goes right there. So Brett Favre still trying to get this offense going. It's been one half of outstanding offense and just absolutely nothing in the second half. Look at this graphic. 6 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 3 field goals in the first half. 4 possessions, 2 interceptions, 2 punts in the second.
Well, you told me to look at it, then you read it.
Well, I didn't know if you could read. I was just
here's
checking.
Another one. Green Bay only has 36 total yards this half. Now, remember how they got that 30-point lead. They were aggressive on offense. They played terrific special teams. They were throwing the ball around. Sterling Sharpe and Jackie Harris ran the ball with some efficiency. But Denver's defense has really put a thud on them this half.
Thompson will remain in as their running back after that kickoff return. Sterling Sharpe in motion. Going to have an end around to Sterling Sharpe. The block is formed, and Sterling Sharpe gets to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. Kind of a little mix-up on that exchange.
Yeah, I think Sharpe thought he was going to go outside of Brett Favre. Favre was trying to hand it off inside. And, you know, maybe they were thinking about those cheese hats, too, those cheese heads.
But, you know, that can be just enough time where you can't get that play developed.
Yeah.
And Sherm Lewis, the offensive coordinator. Ray Rhodes, the defensive coordinator, next to him. The brain trust from up above here in Lambeau Field, as we have now 2nd and 6. Bennett and Thompson in the backfield. Complete to Harris. It's been a while since number 80's had a football after that brilliant first half, and that'll be a first down. Mecklenburg made the stop, a 10-yard gain, so the guy who had been so effective finally involved again.
Yeah, that same matchup Harris against Mecklenburg. But see, still no one's jamming him. No one is harassing him at the line of scrimmage. It's just too easy for him to get off the line of scrimmage and make a play. But Green Bay has done two things in the last 2 plays. One to Sharpe and one to Harris. Those are the 2 guys that helped him get that 30-point lead.
First catch in the second half for Harris. He has 5 for 127. First down. Bennett. He's got a block. Got a couple of yards. They pulled a guard, Harry Galbraith, and Steve Atwater then came up and made the stop. Going to be a pickup of a couple of yards on the play. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I'm just always amazed when you watch Atwater and Smith how fast they get to the line of scrimmage. You know, and they don't seem to get beaten on play action passes either, Gary. Usually you say, hey, if a guy gets up there that fast, let's go over the top on him. But Atwater can stick his nose up there, but he's very rarely fooled on play action.
3rd straight Pro Bowl for the former Arkansas standout. 2nd and 8. Sterling Sharpe breaks the tackle, and with a great effort lunges forward. He appears to be short of the first down. He started in, ducked back out, made the catch, and just wouldn't give up. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard.
A hustling Tyrone Braxton, number 34. Watch, he's going to get some traffic here, then he hustles back and makes the play. We've talked about how smart Tyrone Braxton is, but he's a guy that gives you everything every play, and he's the one who made the tackle there on Sterling Sharpe.
Boy, Sharpe and Braxton have really been
had a
banging
battle.
heads, haven't they? 3rd down, a yard to go. And Bennett, I don't know. He needed to get just about to the 45-yard line, and there's a lot of congestion on that play. See where they mark this one. A 3-point lead. You might have a 4th down with 5:30 left in the game. That was Greg Cragen, the nose tackle, who stuffed that play, and it's going to be a 4th down. They double fist indicating that, and we're going to have a timeout called. Well, they're going to measure.
And Gary, remember we said at the very beginning of this broadcast too, 3 new offensive linemen playing new positions for Green Bay tonight. And that's where you need the continuity. You need your regulars the most, I think, on short yardage and goal line plays.
So they've requested the measurement, and that gives Holmgren a chance to get his troops ready for what could be the 4th down.
I'll tell you what, a 3-point lead against John Elway is just not enough in the 4th quarter.
You can see how far they missed. They actually didn't get a thing on that play up the middle.
No.
Not an inch. So Wagner will come in and punt the ball away. Now Denver has 2 timeouts left as Wagner stands inside the 30-yard line. Milburn is back to receive the punt. Frank Winters, who used to snap for the Giants and the Chiefs, will snap this one. Clock running with 5:18. Wagner not exceptionally high. Milburn's got a running return to the 25, and the little nifty guy from Stanford is short of the 30 and tackled there. And that'll give us an opportunity to take a look at the action throughout the day here in the National Football League on the Coors Light scoreboard. As the Chiefs had their hands full today, a Nick Lowery field goal was the difference. Craig playing in place of the injured Joe Montana. Steelers with a victory over the Chargers. And the Raiders, Vince Evans, what is he, 38 years old, playing quarterback.
Played well.
Yeah, and Marino, scary injury to his Achilles tendon. And Entman was also hurt in that ball game. And Bill Parcells with his first win in New England. First down 10. Elway to Bernstein. Bernstein running over people and gets the first down to the 42. He was dealing some punishment on that play.
Yeah, Mike Pryor, number 45, the safety for the Packers, just got a mouthful of Rod Bernstein right there. I mean, he ran right over him. And again, you're down by 3 points. You don't want to have to rely on John Elway for everything. So you give the ball to Bernstein. You let him run over the free safety and get your first down.
First down at the 41. 4:35 left in the game. Elway, and that's dropped. The sure-handed Shannon Sharpe can't hang on to that one. That'll stop the clock with 4:30 remaining. The two Sharpes have come in this head-to-head family feud, and they've really played well, both of them.
Yeah, they really have. The thing that makes Shannon Sharpe a little bit unique, you see what they've done, the 10 receptions by Sterling and 7 by Shannon. But Shannon is a heck of a blocker, too, Gary. I mean, they use him as an H-back. Now, Karts, the center for Denver is going off right now, and they got their backup center in.
That's going to be John Melander, who they picked up this year from Cincinnati. Nope, it's going to be Wydell. Dave Wydell coming in at center. Here's Elway taking off. Elway sprinting forward, and he appears to have the first down. He took off. He made up his mind in a hurry. That'll be a 12-yard gain, first down to the 47-yard line.
Still 4:14 remaining in this ball game. Plenty of time, but Jason Elam, the kicker, needs to get to about the 37-yard line. Elway, again, still can beat you with his legs. Even though it's his 11th year, he knew exactly where the first down marker was and ran with some power.
Going to go to the shotgun. You see the time remaining. 3-point ball game. Packers leading 30-27. The blitz is coming. The ball is bobbled. Somehow Bernstein gets it and is able to advance it. That could have been a disaster. And I don't know what happened on that play. The blitz was what was causing all the havoc, and all of a sudden the ball kind of spurted out of there.
Well, remember, you have a new center in now. You know, Wydell is in centering instead of Karts. Now, that ball looked like he tried on the long snap. He caught his rear end. And he hit his own rear end with the thing. There it is. You got to get that rear end out of the way. Holy smokes. Feature there.
Can you imagine what his teammates will have to say about that one? Second down, 10. Here's Elway to Johnson. He comes back to the ball and almost got it on the deflection. Muhammad Oliver was defending on the play.
You know, I think that looked like an underthrown ball, but I think that was intentionally underthrown, hoping that Vance Johnson would either make the play over Oliver or he'd get pass interference.
Johnson's going to get a breather now. Kimbrough comes in. Tony Kimbrough, the rookie from Jackson State, will replace him. Third down. This is a 57th attempt coming up for Elway. It's a club record.
And this is where Reggie White, you have to take care of Reggie White.
And Kimbrough can't hang on. The rookie had it for a moment. Buckley was there. Also Pryor was there. And it's a fourth down. There's Kimbrough, who they talk about can really, really run. And that time, he just could not get there, and he's still down.
On the big plays, you still have to first account for Reggie White, Gary. And they double team him. First with Freeman, number 68, the tackle. But Freeman knows he's going to get some help, and he's just going to jump over you. And then he's got the little guy, 177-pound Milburn coming after him, but Elway is still able to get it off. And then he had Tony Kimbrough open for just a moment. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Led him perhaps a little too much, and Mike Pryor was there to knock the ball away.
And a rhythmic chant now in the stands as the Packers have a fourth down facing them. Kimbrough shaken up, going off the field. I tell you, Reggie White has played every snap as hard as you can play this football game.
I mean, really, that's all you can ask. And by him doing so, Gary, the rest of the team, when they see a guy like Reggie White jumping over people and knocking people back, they play better. I mean, only one sack tonight, but that doesn't tell the story of Reggie White's influence on the defense.
So on fourth down, they're going to go for it.
Gary, I don't understand. There's 3:13 remaining. I say punt the ball. I don't understand why they're going for it on fourth down here.
They're 0 for 2 on fourth downs. The last fourth down, remember the Packers penalty gave him the first down. The blitz coming from Butler. They are able to pick him up. A flag on the play, up the field. Catch is made by Vance Johnson. But, as we mentioned, there is a flag at the line of scrimmage. And again, Elway stepping up firing a strike, and the Packers are indicating it's against Denver.
False start prior to the snap on the right tackle, 5 yards. Repeat, 4th down.
That'd be Russell Freeman, the right tackle, number 68, who was a left tackle a year ago as a free agent rookie. 13th penalty of the game against Denver.
When you have Reggie White you're concerned about, you get a little bit nervous, a little bit edgy, and you move a little early.
I tell you, when that bull rush, it would get you a little edgy, wouldn't it? Time after time, you've got 92 in your face. Now ruined to punt the football. They have 2 men back this time. They're going to send Pryor and Buckley back. 3:05 left in the game. 30-27. Green Bay, who led at one time, 30-7. Ruin hits it nose high. Buckley calling for the fair catch. He's clear out of bounds. So they're going to mark the ball at the 16-yard line. Packers will have it there. They have 2 timeouts remaining. And coming up after this game tonight, Bob Neal, Kevin Kiley, Detroit Lions linebacker Pat Swilling on the Holiday Inn Stadium show. They hope to have the Sharpes as they will debrief us on what went on in this game. Shannon and Sterling. And if they're as talkative as they were last night, it'll be fun.
It'll be a long show. Right now, Sterling is saying to his guys, let's get a first down or 2. And, Gary, this is where you wish your running game could really control the clock, get a first down or 2, and win the game for you. But the Packers don't have that kind of running game. So with 2:58 remaining, there's plenty of time. This game is long from over.
Jackie Harris will go in motion. And not a lot of running there by Bennett. Bennett gets a couple of yards, and that's all. And we have a stoppage of the clock. We're going to have a timeout call by Denver, so they'll have 1 remaining with 2:52 left in the game.
Just to underscore my point, Green Bay only has 14 rushing yards this half, Gary. And again, a makeshift offensive line, 3 new offensive linemen.
Well, they had 36 last week. Coming up after this game, even more football. Burt Reynolds and Chris Christopherson star in Semi-Tough. A movie about 2 professional football players who fall for the same woman. Oof. That's a new theme.
Yeah.
Semi-Tough follows the Holiday Inn Stadium show here on TNT.
A little bit like my steak last night. Semi-Tough.
Oh, you didn't like
deal.
that?
Yeah.
So we have 2:52 left. The Packers have a second down. Let's make it 9 yards to go. The Denver Broncos have used their second timeout. Packers hanging on to a 3-point lead. Thompson to the backfield. He'll come in motion. Far side. Mark Clayton. They're going to tackle him, and it'll be a 3rd down. He didn't get much on that play. Clayton was wrapped up very quickly that time by Demery. Charles Demery, for no bigger he is, undersized as he is, makes very good open field tackles.
Yeah, and remember, most of the night he has had Mark Clayton all by himself because everybody's been so concerned with Sterling Sharpe. So the fact that we haven't called Mark Clayton's name much tells you what kind of night Demery's had.
That's his second catch. So 3rd down and still 3 yards to go.
I'd take Jackie Harris away for sure.
The blitz, both safeties coming. Favre gets rid of it. Harris adjusting on the ball, and it's intercepted by Atwater. Steve Atwater, check that. That is Lilo Lang who came up with it. And the blitz, which had been giving Favre so much trouble, really gave him difficulty there.
Gary, we said at the top of the broadcast, the biggest question about Brett Favre was could he handle the blitz? He'd done it pretty well all night tonight. But on one of the most critical downs on the game, Steve Atwater showed the blitz early, runs through a little chip block by the center. He and Dennis Smith both get there and set up the interception by Lilo Lang.
And that is 3 turnovers in this half by Green Bay.
And we said, what you have to do is take away Jackie Harris. They did by a blitz and by a terrific interception by Lilo Lang.
Lang adjusted quicker than Harris did. He got the interception. First down at the 43 of the Packers. Hand off to Bernstein. Bernstein Going to be wrapped up. Now remember, Denver has only one timeout remaining as we have the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. A 3-point game here. Lambeau Field, the site of an outstanding effort here by both teams.
My family's been brewing beer around here for 120 years. Every now and then, I think that's a big accomplishment. That's when it's time to come out here. It's nice to get a little perspective.
Open your coat, please. Take that thing out slowly and open it.
Got some kind of device. We have a possible situation.
No,
wait now. Really, we have a situation here.
Not a situation. Don't just touch the button. Quiet, please.
It's just like a car stereo.
Pioneer car stereos offer you a detachable face for the ultimate in security.
You see, it's a detachable face for the car stereo. No matter what these people are. Come on, sweetheart!
Your first big snow, Joey. Here he comes.
Joey doesn't care that inside is the world's most energy-efficient furnace.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Or that Carrier can save up to 40% annually on heating.
Look at him. He loves it.
All he cares about is how warm and comfy Carrier keeps it inside.
Joe?
If you care about energy efficiency and saving money, call your Carrier dealer.
Turn the knob, Joey.
Carrier, we're the inside guys.
You're trying to... Well, Willie Ocean, who speaks 6 languages, I don't know which he's using there as he's following along on the music. But, you know, the Packers have lost 2 very tough games. The last play of the game by a total of 5 points. And now they find themselves, as you see the losses to the Eagles and Vikings, hanging on here with 2 minutes to go. Elway, and that'll be dropped. Shannon Sharpe couldn't hang on at the 35. Stops the clock with 1:56. Again, we said it for you. The Broncos have 1 timeout remaining. They're down by 3. 1 minute, 56 seconds left in the game.
And they're still thinking about winning this, but they need to get the ball to about the 37, 38-yard line to give Elam a chance to tie the ball game. He has a career long of 54.
Pressure coming, and Elway's going to be sacked, and number 92, Reggie White, has been relentless. Is there.
I tell you, you have to double team them. We said it on the critical downs. For the most part, they've done that. But now it's a big wide split by White against Freeman. And White on the single team has won that battle all night long. It's only when they've had a double team has Reggie White been stuffed.
His second sack of the night. 4th down, 19 yards to go. Elway being flushed and sacked again by Reggie White. Well, they paid him a lot of money. And he's earned his money the last 2 plays.
Yeah, you know, for a while there, all the money they paid him, it wasn't looking like the Louisiana Purchase, was it? But he's earned his money tonight. I mean, he has played remarkably well. And not just on the sacks, but in the critical moments. You know, you have to double team a guy like Reggie White or he can change the nature of the game.
And he did exactly that. So now at the 35, the Packers, knowing that the Broncos have only 1 timeout remaining, go to a knee, and this crowd is ecstatic. And Elway saying, get a timeout, you guys. You let too much time get away from you.
And he hasn't given up. This guy clearly has not given up. He just wants one more chance at it.
And there's a chant of Reggie starting throughout Lambeau Field. He's been disappointed. He lost his former teammates, the Eagles. They lost that unbelievable game to the Vikings. Really got their head handed to them last week by Dallas.
Yeah.
And here tonight, Reggie White believed they could win it. He said, we got to learn how to win, and he showed them how.
You're right, Gary. And you know, the Packers are still a year or two away from really contending, I think, in this league. But when you have a young team, a very young team, and with guys like that, you mix in some veterans that can teach guys how to win in close games, as he did tonight. And you have a young quarterback, Favre, that can develop for you. You have a chance in a couple years.
Well, the Broncos can't stop the clock. They just used their last timeout, and the Packers will end a 3-game losing streak and really, with this victory, stay right in the chase, because the leaders in this division are 3-2, and it's a 3-way tie for first in the NFC Central, and they'll go to 2-3. Denver, on the other hand, had a chance to move into a tie for first place with Kansas City in the AFC West. And of course, they catch Kansas City at Mile High Stadium later. And look at Reggie. We expect to see Reggie with Kevin and Bob on the Holiday Inn post-game show, and then we have a flag. That'll stop everything with 36 seconds. Well, it's not an easy way to win it. You get a 30-7 lead, and you don't get a first down to the fourth quarter.
Offense, 5 yards, still third down.
But you had enough cushion, just barely.
I guess. I mean, it was an interesting game from that perspective, and you know, Green Bay has some great players, including that man on defense, Sharpe on offense.
I'll repeat the story. He came into the coaches this week and said, you know, I still believe I made the right decision coming here. And they needed to hear that, because if he started doubting, then what happens to the rest of the football team?
Well, we talked earlier how he can lift a team. Linebackers are better. Defensive backs are better. Other defensive linemen are better because of his presence.
And Elway tonight, as they'll take another snap, was 33 of 59, 367 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Still wasn't enough. But they dug themselves a big hole, and Elway, despite his brilliance, could not get them out of it, as they trailed 17-0 after the first quarter, 30-7 at the halfway point, and got as close as 3 points only at the very end to see this guy, Reggie White, come up with back-to-back sacks. And Mike Holmgren now is 11-10 career-wise, and a very big win for his Packer team. And Denver, the youngest team in the NFL, came into Lambeau Field for the first time ever. They go away without a victory. This Denver football team is going to be awfully tough the rest of the way. 30-27, Green Bay. Shannon Sharpe and Sterling Sharpe will be coming up later, and we'll